if I'm back, and I haven't really had an answer. But now, yeah, I'm thinking I'm back.
Let's go. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Take your seats, ladies and gents. I'm back with another Peti Kish on Live. Happy Friday, everyone. I had a lot of things to go through. Very busy week. Very, very busy week, guys, for me personally. But also, it's been a busy week in general with a lot of things going on. What is the internet up to? What is going on? What is happening, everyone? Hope everyone's doing well. There's a lot of things here as well to go through the topics of the week. All right. We got a lot here, guys. I don't even know where to start. But I think what we're going to start with is, of course, the indie games of the week. We're going to go through them. There's a couple here. Not too much. Not too many of them. I picked and chose here from. But we're going to definitely check out some of those. We have the Resident Evil new teaser trailer that just dropped. We're going to check that out. And there's other Resident Evil things as well to talk about. As well, we're going to talk about Steam with their new Steam controller that I think is now officially released. It was just circulating around on the internet. Now it's actually true now that it's coming out in a couple of days, I think. We're going to check that out. As well as Steam making the rounds again. Valve Steam changing up the game. We're going to get into that too because there is a huge update that's coming out for Steam. And it might change the game industry for the better, I would say, with this one. But yeah, it's going to be interesting with that. And as well with PlayStation, with this DRM thing that's going on, the 30-day thing, login. Do you own the game? Do you don't? We're going to look into that as well because here and there, people are talking about it. You know, the conversation is going on very much with PlayStation right now, and it's pretty interesting. It's to the point where there's boycotts going on now that cancel PlayStation Plus. There's things going on. Well, it's not a big deal. It's just this. It's just that. You know, it's always just. I think it's gonna be more of a pushback, but we'll see. We're gonna talk into that as well with the DRM thing, because a lot of people don't like that, you know, DRM, especially during the Xbox One era. That's pretty much the nail in the coffin for Xbox when that happened with DRM. A lot of people did not like that, and PlayStation was against that, now sort of supporting it, but we're going to go into it why that is as well. A lot of things like that. And a lot of other mini topics here and there we're going to talk about too. Movies, TV shows, gaming, entertainment, pulp culture, all sorts of things on here. If you enjoy what I do here, guys, like the stream. Like the stream and sub if you're new here. I appreciate it very much. It does help the channel. If you do like what I do here, I appreciate it, guys, very much. Yes. So, a lot of things happen to me this week, but that's my personal thing. But what it is I thought I was going to stream today. Yesterday night. Then I got really tired, and I was like, you know, I'm going to stream tomorrow. I usually do Friday stream. And then, you know, Friday afternoon, and then it did not work out. So what happened is I'm going to do a late stream because I thought I had stuff to do today, personal things. And then I was like, okay, maybe I have to do this, I have to do that. And then I was like, okay, maybe I could still fit in a stream today before tonight, because I didn't want to actually stream tonight because I still have things to do even tonight. So I'm very, very busy in general. So I'm gonna stick to what I have right now at this moment. So there's a lot of things, guys, to go through. So let's just go through it. If you guys are excited, if you're an indie player, indie game developer, hit me up, you guys, because yo, what's up? What's up, Emmy? Pog Emmy is in the house. He's here. Nice. Yo, 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 what's up? Yo, yo, yo. Hey, hey. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Okay, so what's gonna happen is if you're an indie developer and if you're in here and if you're just lurking in the chat wherever, if you're an indie game developer, you can hit me up because I like to advertise different kind of games for indie support. I like to support the indie developers out there. So I like to advertise them if I can on the channel. I know it's a small channel, but if you do have something and you like to show it off, I would like to do something to support you guys as well, you know, just to bring out some of these games because a lot of people don't know some of these games that come out. And it might intrigue people to entice them to check it out. So why not? I like to support the indie devs out there. So I would like to dedicate this part of the segment to the indie games of the week. You a loop, brother. You're just playing D2 for the background. All right, no problem, dude. You do you. Whatever fits you. Okay. Yeah. Diablo 2. All right, nice. All right, man. Yeah, just hang out with me, listen in the background. That's fine. You can do whatever you like. That's cool with me. A lot of people probably are working and doing different things. People love to put me on the background and just listen to me in general, or just on the side, do whatever they do. You can do that too, whatever you do. A lot of people have told me that before. They do that a lot. Maybe I should move to like Spotify or something. But I can't show the things. If I have something to show off, I can't show it on Spotify or anything, but whatever. Let's just get to the segment then. Let's go to the indie games of the week. All right, here we go, guys.
For the indie games of the week.
Oh, I took a drink real quick, guys. Sorry about that. That's the intro of the indie games of the week, guys. How do you like it? I worked on that for a day or two, and I just did it real quick. So I hope you enjoyed that, guys. I appreciate all of you guys checking out, lurking, whatever. It really does help. It's cool. Oh, I got highlighted. There you go. I can highlight you. It's cool that you're trying to get small gaming studios on the map. Yeah, I like to give. I would say I'd like to give people chances, and I think chances are good for people to have inspiring but creative mindsets more than I think a lot of AAA games out there. Even some double A's I'm pretty good with, but AAA, it's not really inspiring games that I've played in the past. And I think a lot of these indie games I've seen recently, a lot of games I enjoyed from the past coming to a present timeline, and they feel very fresh, like something you played in the past, but fresh and new enough where it's like, oh, this is awesome. It's like almost like a new IP. And that's why I'd like to show a lot of support to a lot of indie devs out there, because they really need it. And if you have something to show off, or I can play something, you guys can give me anything to try out, or maybe give you a review of it or something. But if I do all that, I will be honest enough to the point where I have to be honest if it's good or not. That's just how it's gonna work. There's not gonna be any shilling around here, no getting paid off or whatsoever. I'm not gonna be doing that. It's gonna be just brutal honesty. So, super sick. Oh, thanks, man. Yep, we're gonna be brutal honest with this one. And if any game dev that wants to hook me up or anything, talk to me. You know, my DMs are open on Twitter/X. You can check them in the description below. All the things there. You can link me. You can talk to me. I also got an email for business if you want to do any collabs or do anything with just talking emails right there for my business, as well as you can just join the Discord community as well if you like. Whatever floats your boat is it works out. So, the first thing we got here, guys. This is an older game for our Indie Game of the Week, but I thought, why not show it off too? No glazing. No glazing. No glazing. Yep. No glazing. Nope. Yo, you gotta work with what you gotta work with, you know? Okay. So we got Pirate Nation, and this just came out. If you know Conan Exile, they just an enhanced version just came out for Conan the game. So it's an RPG survival, sort of MMO like. I remember this game being big for the crazy nudes in the mod. I remember that, where you can have a giant schlong and you could play with it and do weird shit, but also you could look badass at the same time. It's kind of weird. So Conan Exiles Enhanced launches May 5th. This game is fully upgraded to Unreal Engine 5, which could be a hit or miss, if it's optimized correctly. Day one, mod support. Install size reduced dramatically from 120 gigabytes down to only 40 gigabytes. Wow. That is really good. That is really good. All right. I thought it was muted for a second. I was like, holy shit. That is really good. Holy moly. Good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff. And then the original Unreal Engine 4 version will still be available as Conan Exile Legacy. So there's a little teaser for it we're going to check out. Then again, this is Twitter X, and the frame rate might be shitty. Not going to lie. Last time we tried Street Fighter 6, and it was kind of shitty. So let's check it out. The graphics do look better. Rebuild from Unreal Engine 5. Improved terrain. Yeah, like, I think the original is also passable, but this is just a little upgrade for it. It's tiny bit, I guess, a little bit better. But some people would also say, I'm okay with the original. I really don't need this enhanced version. Like, does it change anything? I think it's just a graphic uphill, like better graphics. But I don't know if it does anything actually different. Besides, your download is going to be better for this one. It's less. So just for that itself, it's probably better for that. water. Water looks amazing. Oh yeah, it looks really good. It does look really good. Time to harvest. The Arnold Schwarzenegger Conan movie always brings me up. Give me the women. Give me the fruits of my labor. Yeah, it doesn't look too bad. Just more shinier. You know, the right's more shinier. The left is a little bit more stale. But, you know, it's a tiny bit different. It's just better looking. I think the lighting is probably the best part about it, to be honest. But yeah, it looks good. Damn. Get stomped on. Oh, shit. Upgrade user interface visuals. Wow. Looks really good. The snow looks really good. Looks pretty good, guys. Not gonna lie. It does look good. It does look good. I'm always iffy with Unreal Engine 5 with optimization. But I feel like it could work. The females look like females. The males look like males. Already a plus right there. There you go. It looks like, that guy looked like Skyrim. This guy looked like the guy from Skyrim, the Dovahkiin guy. See, it's a free visual upgrade. So, whatever it is, if you have the original game, it's just an upgrade. It's just going to be a better experience, I guess, if it's optimized correctly. And because of just 120 gigabytes, now it's just going to be 40 gigabytes. So there you go. So you get HD dongs now and HD titties and all sorts of things.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
So now it's more HD-ified for you guys, so you can check it out.
No!
But yeah, great stuff. Conan Exile Enhanced coming out May 5th. So there you go. We got another one here, guys. Let me get to... Oh yeah, like and sub. I already forgot. Like and sub, guys. We're back here again. Yeah, older graphics weren't horrible. Yeah, I said that too. The older graphics weren't not horrible. I said that too. They weren't that bad, so I don't know. Some people might say it's bad. It looks like the one that just came out with Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion, where like, yeah, it looked old, but it's still playable, you know? And then you got like the remake or remaster that came out, and it's just like, yeah, it still looks good. It doesn't look that bad. Well, yeah. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. Okay, we got another indie game. We got to show off more of these indie games. We got to support these indies out here. All right. If you like Armored Core, we got a game for you. We got a game for you. If you like Armored Core, So, Armored Core inspired game Omega Phoenix, Phoenix open beta is available now on Steam. Players control a customizable mech named Icarus. The game was created by a single developer over 8 years. Holy shit. And this is what he made. If you like mech games, this should be right up your alley, guys. It looks pretty sick. It's pretty crazy. It's probably, the frame rate's going to go crazy because it won't pick up the internet with the speed of it because this is X, but this is pretty insane if you can see it. It looks so sick. Dude, it looks so sick. First person? Bro. This is made by one dude. One dev. Japanese. Looks cool. Looks pretty dope. Not gonna lie. Looks good.
Oh my god!
So yeah, you can check out the beta for this. Open beta is available now on Steam. Omega Phoenix or Phoenix. I don't know how you say it, but it's an Armored Core inspired game. So definitely check that out. I think it looks good. From what I saw, looked interesting. Might check it out if it's open beta. I hope it's still open, but looks good. Looks good. Another W for that. Mech stuff games are fire. Yeah, I agree. They really are. A lot of them are good, but see, I was never a person that was into like mech stuff until like what was it, like Armored Core. I saw like Titanfall. Like a lot of those games were really good. And a lot of those games would be awesome to bring back that kind of style. There was another one I played, but I think it was on like Nintendo Switch. It was like Demon X Machina or something. I forgot what it's called, but it was really good. It was really animated though, super animated, but it was a mech game. It was pretty good. I remember that one. That was pretty fun. But yeah, there's a couple I like there. I think there's Endless Zone Zero or something it's called. No, Enders, maybe it's Endors or I don't know, something like that. I forgot. There's a couple of them, but yeah. Yep. It's a pretty good one. Just wanted to show you that. And I think I have one more here to show off for indie games of the week. And it's a big one too. I think there's a big one here too with that. Let me see. Oh, here we go. I wonder if we can find the trailer for it. So here you go. Star Fox, if you're Star Fox, you're right. Star Fox, if you think about it. I love Star Fox. I didn't think about that. Star Fox is definitely one of those because it's a rail shooter, but you're on land and air and sea sometimes. So yeah, you're right. That is awesome. For sure. Yep. For sure. You're right. So here's another one, guys. Another one by Pirate Nation. Let me zoom in for you guys. So this game came out and I didn't know really too much about it. I just saw it's climbing the numbers. And it's called Road to Vostok or whatever. Vostok. The single-player survival shooter by Solo Dev has sold over 250,000 copies on Steam. Wow. Very interesting.
Holy
Very
shit,
interesting. That's pretty good for a dev game, a solo guy. It launched in early access on April 7, 2026, with no marketing budget and has secured full funding for its development roadmap. So, the game... How do I explain the game? I think I should pull up a trailer for this game. I'm going to pull up a trailer for this game. It's like in a survival game for a single-player game. Think about like Far Cry. I would say like Far Cry. But no multiplayer. It's just a single-player survival game. And you're trying to go through, I think it's to Russia. It's a border of Russia and somewhere else. I'm not sure where. We're going to check out the trailer because I need a more in-depth detail of this game, if I could find it. Let me try to find it for you guys real quick. But it does look interesting from what I saw. Let me find this real quick for you guys. We need a better trailer here. Come on. We need a better trailer of this game. Maybe on Steam we could find it. Let me try Steam. Not SteamDB. I said Steam. You bastard. You bastard. Okay. Let me try to find it. I think we need elevator music. Do I have elevator music? I remember I used to have it. I don't know if I do have it. There it is. We'll be with you shortly. The elevator music. We will be with you shortly. Trying to find this game. Okay. I think I found it. I think I found it. All right. We're good. I found it. We're good. We're good. All right. There we go. So, I'm on Steam, Road of Vostok. And it's Road to Vostok is a hardcore single-player survival game set in post-apocalyptic border zone between Finland and Russia. And survive, loot, plan, and prepare to cross the border into Vostok, a permadeath zone where one mistake can end it all. So it's permadeath. So you gotta be so it's very realistic in that aspect. For a game like it's very realistic, then you're done for. So you can download the demo, check it out now, right there. As well, you can also buy the game. It's early access for $20. Not too bad for a single-player game. Yeah, so it's doing really good from what we've seen. And here's a little trailer of it. I don't know if they'll show something. Let me put that down a bit because my frame rate's going to go crazy. All right, check this out, guys.
Finland begins massive evacuations in Area 05. Satellite images show mysterious structures and military build-up near the border zone. Kaikkia kansalaisia kehotetaan siirtymään väestön suojiin.
Is that Wario? Looks good. Looks impressive for one guy who made this. Took him 8 years. Little Half-Life vibe. dark. Can't see what he's shooting. Damn. You got like different versions, like John Wick. Control your aspect. Oh, I like the little twist with the gun. That's pretty sick. Is that Wario? Ooh, I like. Road to Vostok. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. Pretty good, dude. Yeah, very impressive. Very impressive game. Looks really nice. Yeah. And it sold 250,000. So there is an interest for this game. So people are enjoying. I never heard of this game until I was looking up indie games and stuff. And I found this. And I was like, whoa, this looks actually pretty impressive. I would have not known this because there's no advertisements for this game. So pretty much a free ad right here for you guys to check this out. Check out the demo if you like to. And buy the game. Support them. Early access. So there you go. There you go. And that's the last of the indies of the week. That's the last one. So there you go, guys. There you go with the indie games of the week. We're going to be doing this. This is going to be a segment we're going to be doing for a little bit. Indie games of the week. If there's any other indie games you think would be interesting to show off, let me know. Let me know, guys. Wario, you did sound like Wario. It really did sound like Wario. Ooh, I got that AK-47. Ah. Wow. Road to Rostock. Oh, yeah. It's Wario. This is Wario. Straight up. Bruh.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
Okay. We got indies of the week. Let's continue to the next segment. Real quick one, guys. We got some more indies loving and supporting other creators out there. Here we go. This is by Mouse PI for Hire. Another great indie game. It was in the intro of the indie games of the week. You saw in the intro. I did put that in there. This game's awesome. And they said, what a week. Congratulations to our friends Pragmata Game and Play Winrose and Replacement Game. Okay, we talked about all of these three games. Interesting. Replace game. For the launch of your games, Mouse PI for Hire is proud to share the spotlight with you all. Replace, Pragmata, and Winrose. There you go. So they have all these games. From all these games, Winrose was the top dog. Oh. Oh, another development? Wait. Is that real? What is testicle? Hey, yo. Hey, yo, what the fuck? That's real? Well, yeah, there are some crazy indie devs out there for sure. That's crazy. There's also another indie game. What is it called? What is it? Sex with Hitler? Sex with Stalin, the sequel. I don't even know. There's some weird-ass games out there, too. But if there's games that are really interesting, maybe I have to be more specific about it. Maybe if there's games that are more interesting, that have something to show, that it could appeal to me and others, then yeah. There's some games that are just like, I don't know what you call like a dollar general games. I don't even know. There's some weird ones out there, but yeah. So replace Pragmata and Windrose. Windrose was the winner of this, even though all of these did pretty well numbers wise. Pragmata, second best. Then we had Mouse PI and then replaced. So yeah. No. What do you mean no? I might be delayed. What do you mean no? Just, it might be delayed. I'm not sure. No. LMFO. Laugh my ass off. Yo. Hey, yo.
Hey, yo, what the fuck? No.
Oh, yeah. But that's it for that. Mouse PI. Just wanted to bring that up. Great job with Mouse PI there. Next one here, guys. We got more here. I don't know if I want to bring this up, but I'll bring it up because I have a couple of these to show off. I have a couple of these to show off here too. Fuck it. I might show it off right now. So remember last week we were talking about the new Michael movie that came out, the Michael Jackson movie. A lot of people are enjoying it. It's not real. Oh, it's not real, bruh.
Holy shit.
No.
Huh?
Oh shit. Damn, I thought that was real. I was gonna actually look it up on Steam off stream, not gonna lie, just to see if that was real. I was joking. Damn. You got me with that one. Dude, there's so many weird ass games out there that I would actually believe that's real. Because there's a game called Pick the Banana, or there's some weird ass games I've seen. It's just like, where do people find these games? Like they feel like shovelware games. It's like, what the heck is this? Kind of game. It's called Tap the Banana. Yeah, it's called Tap the Banana. That's another one. Yeah. Yeah, there's some weird ones. Yeah, so let's talk about this with the Michael movie. This is by Geeks and Gamers, and the article here says this is a review. We're not going to read the whole thing, but Michael is an electrifying tribute that delivers where it matters most of proves that relevance of the Hollywood critics. So what was the whole thing with this movie with Michael and Michael Jackson, all this biopic? It did really well. Maybe developer interested. Yeah, there are so many odd games. Yep. But yeah, this Michael movie is doing crazy numbers. It's the best movie of the year. It surpassed Oppenheimer for a biopic. It surpassed the Mario Galaxy movie. It surpassed everything that possible this year with movie-wise. And is it actually a surprise? No. But for the critics, the people, the big shots in the industry, they gave this a horrible review. They did not like this movie because they didn't want an entertaining movie with just Michael Jackson and his life, before everything went sour, of him just being Michael Jackson, being an entertainer, one of the biggest entertainers in the world. He's an icon. It's like, no, they didn't want that. They wanted him to have the allegations. They wanted all the BS with it, all that shit. And that's what they wanted. They wanted a harsh story of Michael. When what you got is actually, yes, there are harsh stuff about Michael, especially on his father, what he did to him when he was little and everything with his family. He was a very harsh man. And Michael story was just based on the glory days of him just selling records, selling concert tickets, everything. He was going crazy because everyone just loved his music and his style of dancing and stuff, and all that. Imagine. Yeah. And it did really well. I'm not surprised. I'm not shocked, but some critics are shocked that people are liking this movie. And it was so good that they're already doing Michael 2 is happening. Lionsgate already planning a sequel to record-breaking Michael Jackson biopic. I only hear good things about this movie. Like, everyone I know I talked about said, you gotta watch this movie and everything. I just haven't had a chance. I've been very busy myself. I would go watch it because I enjoyed the last biopic I watched was Bohemian Rhapsody. It was Freddie Mercury. And that one was so good with Queen and everything. Queen. It was really good. The energy of the movie theater, it's nothing you've ever felt when going to a movie theater ever, is when it feels like your movie theater is a concert. That's how good it was when I remember watching that. And it was insane. So I'm not surprised Michael is the same, where people just want to get up their chair and start dancing and doing crazy Michael moves and fucking going on stage and be like, get the fuck down, I'm watching the movie. Like crazy shit like that. You could see that happening, with Michael Jackson. Wait, do I have the Michael Jackson he thing? I used to have it. I don't know if I still have it. I might not. I'm trying to find it. I used to have it. I don't know if I do have it. I used to have the hee. Maybe I don't. It's been a minute. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I have it anymore. I used to have it. I can't find it. Yeah, I can't find it. That stinks. That's not what I wanted, but okay. Yeah, unfortunately, I can't find it. I thought I had it though. I really want to find it. I don't know where it is. Oh well. All right. I can't find it. So yeah, it did really well, and there's a second one. And the second one is probably gonna be, all of the good things that happened in part 1. Part 2 is probably gonna be more of his downfall, I would say. Like what during that time. And a lot of people are questioning, is it even worth the second part? Because we know it's going to be very negative compared to the first part of it. And a lot of people are like, yeah, we don't need this. We don't need this. And I'm like, they can do something with the second part of this movie to change it up a bit, I would say, with Michael Jackson and all that, Well, because what the media took out of it and what they showed, a lot of things that they showed weren't legit. Like a lot of the Jackson family, some said yes, some people said no, but a lot of the Jackson family came forward and they said a lot of those allegations were fake. A lot of them were faked, and a lot of them were paid off. So a lot of people know this, that a lot of the bullshit that the media was spinning about him was just a bunch of BS. It didn't really happen. Even back then, the media was spinning it out of control. A lot of fake news, per se. It really is. There was a lot of fakeness in there, too. So Michael was doing something that they didn't like, and he was pretty much shunned out of the industry. So, yeah, his downfall happened then because of that. And then, people say, oh, that really happened. He did this, he did that. It's like, it's not really there. There was no actually evidence of that happening. And the people that come forward and spoke about it, later they they pretty much said that, yes, this didn't happen. I was just paid off, or something happened in between that. Because I know there was a lot of bullshit in between. And a lot of things like that do happen. Especially if you go against the narrative, or you go against what it is, especially Hollywood or these record label companies, you know. Like, it goes to the point where it's hard to come back. Because you get just shunned out of these industries, you know, kind of deal. So, Michael might have been in that situation. I don't know. But there's more things about it. I'm going to show you about it because people are just loving this movie. I was going to go watch it, but I might not because I'm too busy. I might just go instead and watch the Mortal Kombat 2 movie. I might watch that, actually, because I'm kind of interested to see that one. And if you want to get an honorable, like, real honest review of the movie, you go on Criticlist. What are you doing, guys? Go on Criticlist and check it out. I have a Criticlist myself. You can go down in the description below. This is where it's at. You don't go to Rotten Tomatoes. You don't go into Metascore, Metacritic. You don't go to any of those reviews. The first place you should be going, if you're watching a TV show, or some sort of show, TV series, or movie, you go to Criticlist. Because Criticlist is where you're going to get actual real audiences' interpretation and critique on these sort of movies and shows. Now, I would like Criticlist to also put video games on here, because that would be awesome to put video game reviews as well. But that's why we have Steam for reviews, for that kind of aspect. But yeah. Yep. Agree. Yep. He was also chemically castrated by his father. Yep. Yep. He was really, yeah, that's like a lot of things, Michael, like we joke about it because when I was younger, we joked about Michael Jackson and like all the accusations and stuff. We always do some funny stuff about Michael, you know. It was the funny thing to be like, wow, Michael's coming, you know, like he's going to come after you and stuff. But like more and more you think about it, it's like a lot of that was just bullshit. But for the time, you know, that was just the meme. You know, Michael Jackson here, you know, he's doing inappropriate things and, you know, stuff like that. It was just a meme, but he wasn't actually that bad, like what they were saying, you know. They turned it into something worse than what it was. But yeah, some people are going like, oh, like, I know some people are like that. It's like, it's not, yeah, Michael wasn't, I don't think Michael was like that at all. Because it's just, dude, there was even files of Michael. I don't know if I want to say this on YouTube, but those files of Michael, you know, that he was saving children on an island by you know who. And he was saving children from the island to not go on that island. Michael was doing that. That was on the reports. So if he was doing something inappropriate, you know, with children or doing anything why was he saving the kids off the island, telling them don't go on the island? That was in the reports of the files that came out. So take that how you will. It's like, so what's even going on? So yeah, there were worse people than Michael that were doing some weird shit, shady stuff back then. So it wasn't Michael. He was actually probably doing better. And he just got, you know, he got shunned out. That's all it was. Yep. So what we got here with Criticlist, it's an 88% audience score. Holy shit, dude. That's pretty high. I thought this would be in the 70s, but 88, really high. And it's doing really well. A lot of people are liking it here. This one's a 75, 99, 79. 90, 100, 80, 40%. That was the lowest one we got there. 100, 87, 80. So yeah, a lot of people are liking this. I can't review it yet because I haven't watched it personally. But when I do watch this movie, I will put a review on here on Critic List so you guys can check out my review for Michael. Yeah, so crazy stuff with this. And the actor, what I hear, did a phenomenal job. Jafar Jackson. He's like, people are like saying he should be nominated for something because he feels like Michael. Like, he feels like a one-to-one Michael. If they like, it's like almost like a clone of him, but it's his nephew or something. So he's part of the Jackson family. He was playing Michael. So pretty good. Pretty good overall. Good stuff. Good music. Good dancing. You know, all stuff aside, it's a good movie. So all the hate these critics are saying about this movie is a bunch of bullshit, just like the Mario Galaxies movie. Bunch of bullshit. It wasn't that bad like most people said. And Michael is also the same. So now these critics have no integrity anymore. These critics, if you see that they give you a negative score for a movie, you know it's a good movie. You got to see the opposite now. That's just the fact. That's just how it's going to work. Same with anything else video games wise. Remember, they gave Crimson Desert a 6, IGN. And people are like, no, this game is worth more than a 6. This game is amazing kind of deal, you know? So there you go. There you go. So there you go. Just wanted to talk a little bit about the Michael movie because we talked about it last week. So we got some of that down there. Done with that. Okay. How we doing? How we doing time? Okay, let's continue. We got some news about Onimusha, Way of the Sword. So we have this article here, Insider Gaming. Release date announcement teased online. This is the last Capcom game I think that's coming out this year that I am still pretty excited to check out. If you like Ninja Gaiden or a little bit of like Neo, I think this will be that kind of game if you're interested in those kind of games. Or a Sekiro. Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice. Capcom has teased an upcoming release date announcement for Onimusha Way of the Sword, with a series of posts stated across game's official X account, hinting that a full reveal could be just around the corner. With a fresh trailer dropping back in March, all that fans are waiting for now is the release date announcement. Set in the 17th century Kyoto, the game promises intense cinematic sword combat, and it looks like you won't have to wait much longer to learn when you can finally get your hands on it. Pragmata's Diana teases Onimusha release date. Diana? What is Diana doing here? Huh? Diana? What?
Huh?
I was going to say, oh, that would have been bad. Oh, I was going to say something that's not appropriate, but yo, I was going to say the Michael Jackson song because we were talking about Michael. He has a song with Diana. In a playful crossover moment, Diana, one of the central characters from Capcom's Pragmata, appeared to hack the Onimusha Way of the Sword X account. During the takeover, she shared several new in-game screenshots highlighting the game's eerie environments while joking about downloading a Japanese language module. As the bit came to a close, Diana hinted at something more sustainable. She revealed that she had found something in her files, referring to a release date for Onimusha Way of the Sword. But before she could finish downloading the necessary module to view it, her companion, Hugh, cut things short, forcing her to log out. Come on, bro. Stop teasing us. Give us a due date for this game. Come on, dude. I'm excited to see this. I am actually intrigued to play this game or check out a demo or something because it looks intriguing. I like what they're doing with this Onimusha game. It looks good. I'm still have to play. I have in my Steam library. I still got to play the Onimusha, the first game. I got to play that one. But yeah. It proved to be a fun wrap-up, silly takeover, but it's got fans on a edge of its seats. Okay. Well, that was a nothing burger. Wow. A nothing burger. I wanted a freaking date. Bro.
No!
What a ripoff. What a tease. What a tease. What a tease. What a tease. I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed with that one. I'm disappointed with that one for sure. We got another one here too, guys. This might be also a tease, though. Injustice 3 in the works at NetherRealm Studios. It's claimed. What?
Huh?
Injustice 3. I really don't want an Injustice 3. I'm good with Injustice 1 and 2. They're fine games as is. I played them. They're rich with content, but the gameplay over time didn't hit as hard as some other like Mortal Kombat games, you know. Yeah, I think Injustice needs to get just get rid of Injustice and just make a cool fighting DC game. I think it would be fine. Don't make it Injustice. Just make a cool fighting DC game. That's all. And change the mechanics of what Injustice was with NetherRealms, you know, the people that created Mortal Kombat, and figure out something a little bit different with this one. Since you're working with superheroes and power levels like Superman versus what? Batman? Like, it's not going to work out. So you're going to have to do some sort of bullshit thing where Superman and Batman are on like the same level, some sort of thing in this combat scenario. They did that sort of in Injustice where Batman took a pill and the pill was he can't feel pain or something, but he would get like a steroid where he got boosted up and he fought against Superman. Because in this world, if you don't know, Superman's evil and he has his own team and he's evil. And Batman has his own team, so they split. So there's Batman's team and Superman's team, and they have to fight each other, kind of deal. But yeah, that's the whole story. Now, this is just a rumor. Take this with a grain of salt, guys. It's not official yet from NetherRealms. People are just speculating, because I pre-read this one a little bit. But I just wanted to talk about a little bit about it, because I would be 50-50 if this was real. But I would like instead them to just work on a DC fighting game property. Or, hear me out, why not make a Marvel Rivals with DC? I know it'd probably be super dumb, but a hero shooter with DC characters, I don't know. Maybe it could work. They probably have tried it. It didn't work. But I wouldn't mind a fighting game because there's that Marvel Tokov game that's coming out, the Japanese one, and it's a 4v4 game, kind of like Marvel versus Capcom. So it could work in that aspect if they do a Justice League style with that. I don't know. I don't know about this one, guys, but just take this, expectations very low for this one. This is not true. This is just speculation. Okay. Let's continue. Let's continue here. What can we go through? Oh, there's a little one here real quick too. I saw this. Sega launches Sega Universe to reveal classic franchises. What the heck? So we're getting like a Sega Disneyland? What is going on here? Or like a Marvel Universe Sega? That'd be crazy. Sega has implemented a new strategy to revitalize, I can't speak, its classic properties. On April 24th, Sega launched the Sega Universe brand to push ideas built on classic content using the tagline, "No old, stay gold." No old, stay gold. Interesting. Sega is preparing to push forward new projects based on Outrun, Streets of Rage, Nights into Dreams, Guardian Heroes, SGGG, Sakura Wars, and more. Interesting. Okay. From all of these, I would like to see what they do with Outrun and Streets of Rage. Those are the ones I know. From all these others, I don't know any of these. So, it would be interesting. Sega Universe is project based on concept of no old, stay gold, which shines a light on classic titles that are still loved by fans. Distant from current titles and aims to transcend the world of games and deliver new ways to enjoy them. Okay, the first phase, we will develop anniversary projects that focus on titles that we celebrate their anniversary in 2026. Okay, classic IPs, Streets of Rage, Shinobi. Shinobi's pretty good. Eternal, Champions, and Outrun were all listed with TBD titles in the animated section. It is not specified which of these releases will be adapted into a TV series and which will be made into films. Okay, so one of these will be movies. It could be live action or animated or into a TV series. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Learn about plans for a Golden Axe TV series. Okay, Golden Axe. Golden Axe would be pretty cool. Yeah. But yeah, they're trying to work on this. And then the other one I saw was Sonic producer says Streets of Rage film was always his goal. Interesting. So the Sonic producer. Okay. Let's see what he said. Speaking to Steven Turd, the game file at a Inurare, I don't know what this is, Incron event for video games exclusive, Johnson joked that working on a Sonic franchise was the gateway drug into making the movie he actually wanted. When people ask us now, like, how do you find that you go after for any project? We satisfully say, we're trying to make stuff for ourselves, he said. He almost spoiled more news about promised more would come soon. I almost broke news, Johnson added. There will be news. I've involved some inciting talent over this one. So is this the Sonic movie dude? Dimitri Johnson, the producer of Sonic the Hedgehog movies. Oh, so this is the guy who produces the Sonic movies. Okay. So he was excited. One he's most excited about is the Streets of Rage project. Oh, okay. That could be interesting. I would like to see what they do with that. The Sonic guys would be doing a Streets of Rage movie. Interesting. Dude, that could be really good. I thought it was like a few years ago, the John Wick director was going to do a Streets of Rage movie. And I was like, oh, I'm down for that. That sounds amazing. Okay. Interesting. Okay, so it's the Sonic movie guy. Okay. Yeah. It could happen. After Sonic 4, they could work with Streets of Rage. That would be interesting to see, for sure. Yeah, so a little update on those. Some of these I did not know. I just glanced through them, guys. I promise you. Okay, guys, we got some Nintendo news. We got some Nintendo stuff real quick. Real quick. Just glancing through these. So the big topics. Another one by Geeks and Gamers. Metroid movie rumored. Nintendo developing live action film with Universal and Sony interested. Metroid movie, was it live action? Live action? I could see it. If they do a Metroid movie, it needs to be more dark. I think it has to be darker than the Mario Brothers or even Legend of Zelda. I think this one needs to be feel like Alien or Aliens kind of style game or movie where it feels like you're getting watched constantly by these alien things and she's just going through the space station or something, go through them. Like, I think it would be nice if it was like a low budget style, where you don't really see the monsters. You just see like maybe like a glance of it. It's all, special, not CGI, but more like practical effects. And at the end, you see the CGI monster and stuff kind of deal. Like, it's kind of like, it's just itching you to see what it is. Like, kind of style like that. I could see Metroid being like that, but I don't know. I could be wrong. But yeah, it's teased. As well as Nintendo event film 2028 Illuminations, untitled movie revealed Metroid, Star Fox, or new Mario. It's probably going to be Mario. I don't want Illumination to touch Star Fox. I'm good. I want someone else, another animated studio to do Star Fox. And Metroid, don't touch Metroid. Metroid needs to be more complex. Star Fox is also pretty more complex than Super Mario is. We need more of better writers and complex storytelling when it comes to Star Fox and Metroid. Same with Legend of Zelda. Now, Mario, it's all right. You can go with Mario. Mario is a little kooky crazy. It's fine. Mario, it is Mario. It's not that deep. But with the others, no, I don't want Illumination touching it at all. So, could be interesting. But yeah, just wanted to let you guys know some things are in the works with Nintendo with their movie franchise or their game franchises into movies. There you go. All right. Let's get into how we're doing with everything. Let me see how we're doing. We're doing all right. 1 hour. Okay. Okay. We got this. Or I got this. I got this. Okay, guys. Let's talk about the Resident Evil thing. The new movie with Resident Evil. Because since we're talking about movies anyways, let's talk about it. We have to talk about this. Because I have a lot of things to say about Zack Cregger's Resident Evil movie that's coming out this September. The new teaser has dropped, guys. If you guys have seen it, you've already seen it. We're not going to watch the teaser because I don't want to get copyright struck or anything or claimed because it's Sony Pictures and, they don't like that. Just like others don't. But this one's by Pirate Nation. The first trailer for Resident Evil launched, set in Raccoon City during the Resident Evil 2 outbreak. Okay. Just like most of these movies do. Follows the story from the perspective of a regular civilian. So pretty much you are the civilian. It's pretty much trying to be like, oh, what if a gamer was stuck in Raccoon City and tried to escape? It's kind of like that. Just a random guy. Included lots of games, Easter eggs like weapons, progression, and creature mechanics. So, we're going to watch Zack Cregger himself talk about it. They have this interview on IGN, and it says Resident Evil exclusive trailer breakdown with director Zack Cregger. So, we're going to see this, but I'll let you play it. I'll let it play it. And I'll let you guys know what I think about what he has to say about this whole thing. Because he says some good things. And then there's things I still question. I'm not 100% about this movie at all. I'm still not feeling this movie at all. What I've seen about this movie, it feels like it was supposed to be some sort of different horror movie, but they just added the Resident Evil element to it. That's what I feel like. But let's just see what he's reacting to the trailer himself. So we're going to watch him reacting to the trailer because he has a lot of insight of what he wanted to do with this movie, with Resident Evil.
This is for sure, bar none, my most visually gonzo movie. All right, I'm Zack Cregger. This is the teaser for Resident Evil, which is coming out September 18th. Okay, so basically, my rule for this
I'm going to try to watch this movie when it comes out, because for a horror movie, it looks pretty good. For a Resident Evil movie, I don't know about that. For a horror movie, it looks pretty good. For a Resident Evil movie, I'm kind of iffy about that.
Movie was to just try and make a movie that felt like my experience of playing the games, that could live in the world of Resident Evil. So this, I feel like this movie takes place alongside the events of Resident Evil 2. I like to think that, everything that's going on in the police station could be happening in this world. This is just another dude on another mission on the other side of town, and like what's going on with him. So yeah, I mean, it's not canon in that I'm not using.
So he's saying it's not canon, but it is canon if you want it to be. Huh? What? Yeah, because the things in this trailer, it's snowing out. When in the games, Raccoon City wasn't snowing. It was in September, end of September. It's like in the fall season. And it's snowing. So it's like almost like an alternative timeline. I don't know. I'm telling you, he just wanted to make a horror movie without putting Resident Evil, just put some elements of Resident Evil, but make it his own story. That's all he wanted to do. So just call it Resident Evil Outbreak or something, just to make it just purely just Resident Evil. It's just blah. If you're just doing Resident Evil, you would just do the first game, since it's just Resident Evil. It doesn't have a 2 or 3 or anything in front of it. Like, I don't understand this mindset.
The characters, but it's canon.
It's so bland. It's just like, oh, which Resident Evil movie are you talking about? The one from 2026, the Zack Cregger one. Like, call it Outbreak. Call it something else. Call it Resident Evil, or call it even Biohazard. Like what's his name? Resident Evil, the Residents of Evil channel does on YouTube. They call it Biohazard something story. Like, and we're going to be talking about those guys too, because they're making a fan movie too right now, a new one that we're going to check out.
It lives in the actual, day of reckoning and Raccoon City. So he, this movie follows the characters. He's outside of Raccoon City. He's got to get into the center of it, and we're kind of with him as he goes through this gauntlet of set pieces. He gets deeper and deeper into town. And
this part, when he grabs the key and he takes the body, that creature that takes his body, if you listen to the noise it makes, it gives me Hunter vibes. The beta hunters, but I think it's the hunters from the OG Resident Evil, the reptile creatures. Those things are really strong and OP. They have strong scales. So I think that's the thing that's taken it, because I heard that creaky noise, like, and he grabbed him. So I could be wrong. It could be something else. But even he says, Zack Cregger, he says there's not much of zombies in this, which is like, it's Resident Evil. You're going to have zombies. Like, there's not much zombies. It's just, we're just doing creatures, T-virus, different types of creatures. It's like, okay, so you're making new creatures with the T-virus? I don't understand.
And so, what I love about the games is that, every set piece brings with it unique new horrors.
Yeah, this is like literally a fat guy. Dude, this fat guy, he comes down into, what is this, the laboratory or like the sewer area, and he sees this giant fat guy, and he's like, oh, this is going to be like a tyrant maybe. And I'm like, it's the guy from Dune. The Baron dude. The fat dude. It's the Dune guy from... it's the Baron from Dune. Straight up. It's a fat dude. He has a new role again. He's in the new Resident Evil movie, guys. It's the Baron. Bruh, that's insane.
Holy shit.
And like, this is going to be the tyrant? It's like, oh, we're going to make our own tyrant. We can't copy Nemesis or Mr. X or any other. Bro, you don't even need to put in a tyrant if you wanted. You don't need to put in a tyrant. You just have to put a tyrant because that's what everyone knows. There's some sort of Terminator creature trying to track you down, and he's really strong, and he's trying to take you down, everything, kill you, and everything. It's like, you really don't need to put in a tyrant. You could just tell a story of a guy trying to survive, but like, yeah, there's these creatures, but I don't know if you really need to, like, they just making up shit now. They're just making up creatures, making up characters. It's like, what are we doing here? I don't know.
And so I just wanted the rhythm to feel like it was always changing, it was always shifting. You were always facing increasingly bigger dangers, and you had to be aware of, you know, resource management and health and things like that. So I really did use a lot of cues.
Yeah, this part's pretty crazy where he's just running and the zombies from the roofs are just landing onto the cars and splatting around. This part looks pretty intense. I don't know why they're blowing up, but they're blowing up.
On how to build this thing out. And so, yeah, it's a love letter to the games, which I fully, obsessively love. All right, so one of the things that I love about Resident Evil is the graduation from gun to gun to gun. So you can see in the first shot here, he's got a pistol. That's the first weapon that he acquires.
Yep. Pistol,
as he
first weapon.
He'll graduate to the shotgun, and then ultimately he'll get an MP5. That's one of the fun things about playing these games.
Gun.
Whenever you get the new weapon,
Shotgun,
like,
machine gun.
Thank God. And so his character kind of has that reaction as he does it. A lot of this movie is like third person, you know. So there's a steady cam following Austin, our actor, and it was really a dance between him and our camera operator. So, you know, when I had a really wide lens and we're kind of over his shoulder, and so when he looks left, we like pivot around to look left, and when he looks right, we swing around and look right. So I really tried to incorporate just the visual language of the games into the movie. There's also, you know, a fair amount of first person shooter stuff in this movie that is, you know, the games utilize sometimes, but really just like you're behind the character.
Yeah, first person, but that's only in the newer ones. Where is the fixed camera angles from those angles? Like, I would love to see like a throwback to that where, you know, like John Wick did it too, where it looks down almost and you could see all the stuff around you, but just put it into like an angle, like a camera angle where he turns and you could see different angles. Like in the original Resident Evil. Like, that's more of a throwback than the first person angle. That's just in the newer games, you know?
And when they look right, you look right. When they look up, you look up. And just letting that be the most common visual language of the game.
I don't mind the first person thing just for a little Easter egg, but like, let's do the other one too. Let's get all of the Easter eggs in here then. You know, kind of deal. Like, this is what we're doing for this part because it's just really cool. You know, kind of deal. Like, I want to see that, like, as a true, like, I love this series, Resident Evil, and just from looking at this doesn't feel like Resident Evil to me. It really doesn't. It feels like some sort of horror implementation of trying to be like a Resident Evil. To be honest, it almost looks like a fan film movie. Almost. It almost looks like a fan movie, like a fan film. It really does. Like, I've seen like we were talking about, the Residents of Evil people do stuff like this. Like, I don't know. I don't know.
Of the movie, I should say, is very much from the games. This is for sure, bar none, my most visually gonzo movie by far. The great thing about how I like to play Resident Evil, especially the first time I play one of the games, I like to go really slow through the world and just kind of drink it in and try and immerse myself.
It also gives me like Evil Dead vibes a little bit too, with that door scene. And here are the zombies. He's locking up the door. The zombies are coming. Like, it gives me like Evil Dead vibes too. And what's the other one? Evil Dead and Shaun of the Dead. I forget what it's called. Something like that.
I'm pretending I'm there, like we all probably do when we play games. So Austin is our main character, Brian, I should say. He's moving slowly through this world. So if you've seen any of my other movies, I like to kind of like creep through these dreadful spaces, and Resident Evil is like the perfect playground for a guy like.
Yeah, so it's gonna be the basic stages of Resident Evil. He should have named it Resident Evil Resident Law. That was a good one. I saw one comment below. It's like, where are the evil residents at? You should have named it Evil Resident. Yeah. Yo, where are these residents are being really evil? Oh my gosh. What is going on?
Me, who likes to just, really take his time.
I should have called it. Yeah, that's a good name. That's what he should have called it. Just switched it around. But he should have called it My Resident or My Residence of Evil. So he's more like, it's my kind of style, I don't know. I'm just teasing though. I'm just teasing, but everything I'm seeing, I'm like, yeah, I'm probably gonna watch it, and I'm probably gonna dissect it as a like Resident Evil. Like I played a lot of these games, a lot of them, ton of them, and like the feeling of Resident Evil. A feeling, how it is, how it plays, the environment, the atmosphere. Like he has the atmosphere pretty down. Like it's good, the atmosphere. A lot of these shots are good. It's just something about it. I'm like, this just doesn't feel like Resident Evil. Like with even all this going on. It's pretty
down
funny.
A hallway, opening a door, and waiting for that Jack in the Box moment. And that's kind of what Austin's doing here, as he finds this abandoned farmhouse. I was a massive fan of Austin after working on Weapons, and I'm a bigger fan of him after making Resident Evil with him.
I haven't watched Weapons yet. I gotta watch Weapons and Barbarian. I hear both of those are pretty good.
He's so fascinating. He's the perfect avatar for the viewer.
But for a fact, this is gonna be very gruesome. Because it's going to have, like, fucked up things you're going to see. And it's going to be gruesome and disgusting and stuff. They're going to have that in there. I think Zack does do that correct, I guess. And the best part about it, which I still give him a lot of good positives about this, is all of the things he's doing, like the creature designs and the zombies, everything's mostly practical effects. It's not CGI. So that is definitely a plus. President Evil? Dude, President Evil. What a throwback. President Evil. Yeah, President Evil. I remember my young brother, he used to call Resident Evil President Evil because he couldn't say the R. So he'd say President Evil. He's like, President Evil. He used to say that all the time. My younger brother.
What I wanted was...
I wanted
to do a Resident Evil movie where
he's like,
you're
are you
not
playing
following
President Evil? Like when I was playing Resident Evil, he'd say, are you playing President Evil? We'd come in. It's pretty funny.
With military training, you're following your average gamer like
President
me.
Evil.
Like if I was thrust into a Resident Evil game, I would be terrified and I would be missing 95% of the shots.
Weapons was bad? In my opinion, really? Really, it was bad. Huh, interesting. I hear it was really good. Oh, really? Interesting. The whole movie is political message and less of horror. Ah, okay, yeah. I thought it's more of kind of like a Scooby-Doo where they're trying to figure out what is going on kind of deal. I don't know. I could be wrong. But yeah. Some people said it feels like an episode of like a Twilight Zone episode. Like that's what they felt like. It's like a long episode of a Twilight Zone episode. That's what it sounded like to me, but I don't know. Interesting. Huh. Yeah, I could see that. I could see it though. Shout out Dunny. Yep. Shout out to my brother.
I would
Let's
have
continue.
to learn the guns as I go because I've
Have you seen Barbarian? That's another one I haven't watched. I hear that was good too. I don't know.
played with an MP5, for however many thousands of hours playing video games. But if I have one in my hand, I'm like, where's the safety? How does this work? And so I think it's just kind of fun to be following somebody with no combat experience whatsoever as they're walking through hell with a machine gun. What he's carrying is important, and he doesn't know.
It's so I think if I read the leaks for this movie, he's a carrier dude, and he's carrying some sort of really useful thing in this package, and it's very important, and that's what he's carrying through the movie. And I don't know what it is, but it's supposed to be very important. It could be something implemented for like Umbrella or something, or some sort of thing, but he's bringing this to the hospital. That's the whole arc where he's doing. And through this whole thing, like we read articles about, it's like Mad Max Fury Road, just constant shit after shit is going through his mind, and he's going through shit, and he's just running and running and gunning. That's all he's doing. Yeah, it looks, took me out of the experience. The first part of the movie was good, and then it got whack. Okay. Want to see Barbarian? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Like, that's what I'm saying. Is it even worth going back, or should I just watch this movie? Should I just skip Weapons and Barbarian and just watch this? Because I was like, oh, you should probably watch, like some people I've heard say, you got to watch Zack Cregger's things if you're going to go into Resident Evil. I'm like, okay, but like, this doesn't feel like Resident Evil. This feels like Evil Resident, what you've said. So
the whole picture when he accepts the job of what he's been tasked with. And Austin is just kind of this like
it should be called Of Evil. There you go. There's the title, guys. Right here.
With. And Austin
Of Evil. There's the title, guys. Of Evil. OF Evil. There's the title.
Austin is just kind of this like perfect, very lovable, but by no means badass guy. And his reactions to the horrors is just, I love it. I love it.
And it looks like
That was good. I had to put that in.
To each other again.
Yo, it's the Fat Baron. He's back from Dune. He's in this movie.
Just really love the idea of like you're moving through a sewer. You have no idea what's in front of you. And you come around a corner and you see a gigantic, obese, naked, hairless man just sitting facing you. It's like, to me, it's just like, what is about to go down? I like the question there. And what does go down, I am also pretty happy with. Honestly, it's like part of the inspiration for the look of this guy comes from the book Blood Meridian. There's a character called the Judge in that book who's described as like a 7 foot tall,
He's taking inspirations from other things and not Resident Evil. Again, dude, it's just an implementation from this book I read, and I'm putting it in the Resident Evil movie. Like, make that make sense? I don't know. Like, I don't know how that even makes sense. Really. So,
maybe albino, hairless man, and I love the image of that guy. And so this is just my little...
Or maybe just they took the Baron thing from Dune, and he's like, okay, let's make a tyrant out of this dude. Because he's pretty big and he's a beast. He's naked. And he's fat.
Nod to one of my favorite books of all time. And it's like, I don't have a nemesis in this movie, that the games use, which is like this gigantic hulking, Terminator that's following you. But this is also like a little bit of a nod.
But you don't need to. Why do you need to put a Nemesis or a Mr. X in this game? You don't need a tyrant. You could have just made like regular zombies and some of the creatures. This guy will be fighting hunters. You know how hard hunters are in the game? Or lickers or any of those creatures? They're pretty tough. You don't need to put a tyrant in this game. There's no point. Like, maybe the reason why he put a tyrant is because whatever that package he's delivering is super important, and the tyrant needs to grab it. It could be very important. That's why.
To the Nemesis. I don't want to give too much away.
This looks like Evil Dead.
Whatever it is that's coming out.
This door with the bunch of hands coming out. Yeah, this looks
door,
like something from
but
that.
I will say that there's a mechanic that I've put into this movie that is.
It's the Rat King from Last of Us 2.
I just can't remember it being in some of the games. But
it's a bunch of body parts of zombies fused together into this giant, disgusting creature. I can imagine that being a thing.
It's the way the infected interact with each other. And it's something that kind of pursues him throughout
like the snow is cool and all, but it's in September. How the heck is snow appearing in September? Well, then again, it is getting cold. It's May right where I live, and it's pretty cold. It got cold again, so I don't know. Something fucked up in the weather.
And so I don't want to say too much, but I'm really excited for how this specific creature, for lack of a better term, how it changes and how it evolves over the course of the film is really fun. Believe it or not, this movie doesn't utilize zombies that much. It's much more focused on like the weird creature stuff than the zombies. There's really only 2 scenes, maybe 3 now that I think about it, where there's like proper zombie stuff going on. And 2 of those 3 are in this trailer. There's this one right here. And then there's the one where he's running through the city streets and zombies are like detonating around him. But other than that, I wouldn't call this like a zombie movie necessarily.
I don't call this a zombie movie necessarily. Dude. First Resident Evil. What happens when you play the first Resident Evil game? Who is the first enemy you see when you go into the Spencer Mansion? First thing you see, guy's getting bit to death by zombie, turns around, looks, and it's a monster. It's a zombie. First thing. And he's like, yeah, there's not really much zombies in this movie. It's not really a zombie movie, to be honest. Bro. Yo, I just can't.
Huh?
I just can't. What is this? Oh, the scratch. I just can't. I just can't, dude. Yo. You can have the creatures. That's fine. But you gotta have the zombies. You gotta have tons of zombies you're getting chased by all these zombies in alleyways. And then you're locking the doors. They're everywhere in the apartments, in the stores. Like, that's what I think when I think Raccoon City. And then the creatures are very limited, but they're there, lurking around, you know?
I just feel like you have this opportunity for the T-virus to do all these really fascinating things to the human body and to the world around you. And so to just limit it to zombies feels like a squandered opportunity. So I tried to, really vary it up.
Some things have happened.
Okay, great. So I'm glad you picked on the drawers.
So yeah, he just continues. He just Easter eggs where he has the guns. There's a green herb in the back when he's making the phone call right here. So that's a reference to the healing item, the green herb. Is he gonna actually eat the green herb? Probably not. It's just there for a prop.
In the movie, the shot pulls back.
If he does take it, and he gets like, and he's like, "Oh, I actually feel better." Wow, that would be so funny and dumb, but I would love it. It would just be dumb video game logic.
And you can see it. But I took the green herb from Resident Evil 4, and
The
I
dank
replicated
herb.
the bucket exactly. You can see the bucket there at
Dank
the very end of
herb.
that shot.
He gets
with
high on the green
the
herb.
horizontal copper striping on it, and
That'd be
the
so
herb
funny.
is like exact for the Resident Evil 4 thing, which is probably the game I've played the most out of this series is 4. Even though this probably lives in the world of 2, I just wanted to use a little bit of 4 in here.
Yup. I agree with this. I agree with this comment. I agree. Cash this out. I agree. It comes off as more of a RE7, RE8 kind of vibe. I agree. It definitely does. I agree for sure, man. For sure. It really does. He even mentions it in the video that he played Resident Evil 8 Village, and the baby scene is the most frightening thing he's ever seen. And he's like, there's something in this movie that feels just like that vibe. And I'm like, there you go. And he's like, his favorite game, he keeps on saying his favorite game is Resident Evil 4, which is a fantastic game. It's a fantastic game. No questions about it. But he keeps on bringing Resident Evil 4 constantly over and over. Which is fine. It even says it's less horror-based. It's more action-based. But, yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Because it's my favorite. And I also have some other items from 4 that are kind of scattered around in this movie that people will notice. As much as 4 is the game I've played the most, I don't think it's
Hope
very
you're doing well,
scary.
Al.
You know, 4 does not do nearly as much atmospheric heavy lifting as later games do. I mean, for me, the scariest moment of any Resident Evil game is in 8 when you're being pursued by the giant baby in the dark of that the basement. So some of the games after 4, I think, actually do a better job of building dread and suspense and terror. But the reason that I keep coming back to 4 is because the world is so big, the game is so huge, the mechanics are fantastic, and it does lean a little bit more action than some of the more horror-centric ones. But I don't know. I find it so relentlessly playable. I'm always interested in how it kind of goes from location to location to location, and you got to go through. At some point you're on a boat, and then you're on like a Indiana Jones Temple of Doom kind of mine cart thing going around. There's there's so much to do in that game, and
Yeah, so he's getting that reference. We read this in the last week one where it feels like Max Payne, or not Max Payne. Did I say Max Payne? Mad Max Fury Road, where it's just constant. It goes on and on and on. It's just one scenario to another scenario to another scenario. It's like nonstop. So he's doing that too in this movie where it's just constantly nonstop, where he's like, he goes to the city. He's outside on the outskirts. He finds whatever. He then is like decides what he has to do. He has to go to the hospital. That's his main destination. He's going through the city. He needs to find another way. He goes down to the sewers. He goes back up. He finds another door, probably behind a bookcase, and it leads them into the laboratory, and that's the final scene. And then he escapes. Just like in some Resident Evil games, they have that. It's just the mystery builds up, but the mystery only builds up is when you read the context of the books. So if we're going to have things where he starts reading a note and it gives you more context of what is actually going on, that could be interesting for that aspect, because that's a game mechanic. Because if you don't read the notes, you're not really sure what is actually going on in the world, Besides, you move forward and you see a cutscene after cutscene what is happening. So, yeah, he's doing that, which it's okay. It's fine. I don't know how fast-paced it's going to be, how much of a TikTok brain it's going to be, but it's a more of a wait-and-see kind of situation.
I think that's something that I really dug about 4 is that you're not just trapped in one mansion and you've got to unlock a room and then go here and then unlock another room. You're moving through a world. And so that's something that I really took from that game in particular. And one of the other things that is in this movie that comes directly from the games is the need for keys and for padlocks being barriers. You know, if you've ever played one of these games, you know that you always come to a locked door and you don't have what you need to get to the other side, and you have to go through hell to get the key to get out of here. And so that happens, I'd say, about 4 times over the course of this movie, where he's like, what is with all the fucking padlocks, man? Anyone who's played the games will recognize exactly.
That's a good one. I like that.
I had a little bit of a problem on the road. I was wondering if I could use your phone.
It takes place almost in real time, but not really. There's a lot of time jumps, but yeah, it takes place over the course of one evening. I'm sort of existing just adjacent to it because I'm not obsessed with the timeline. For me, it's like this is the first night that the T virus is broken out, and in this movie, it is like started in Raccoon City, and he's got to go straight into the eye of the storm, and so that's the deal. So I believe that, you know, when Leon arrives at the police station, that's still kind of like day 0, right, where shit's you know, freshly gone wrong. So that's the timeline. Now I know that Raccoon City gets nuked. And I'm a little fuzzy on the timeline of when the nuke drops versus the day Leon, you know, sets foot in the police station. That nuking doesn't happen in this movie, which is why I'm not totally like brushed up on all that stuff. So
there's no big bombing. It doesn't finish the movie with the big bombing. Okay. So he took that out. He knows about it, but it doesn't happen. Okay. So it might be just a situation where things are breaking and it's blowing up kind of deal, because you always have something blowing up at the end kind of deal. And if this Brian guy gets a rocket launcher and shoots the last boss with the rocket launcher, that's going to be pretty funny, but it is pretty accurate to the games. Most of the time, you have some sort of really crazy weapon at the end against the final boss, and you just kill the boss with it. Yeah, you know, that'd be kind of funny. He just starts leveling up over time, where he's like, he sucks at shooting guns and stuff. He's really scared, and at the end, he's just like straight up just Rambo going crazy. Just shooting everyone, shooting all the crazy T-virus zombies and everything. Like, it would be so dumb, but at the same time, it's like, oh, this character is progressing over time. He's learning. He's learning how to survive. They should have just called this Resident Evil Outbreak. Just take the Outbreak and put it in there, because just Resident Evil is kind of generic. And it's like, oh, which Resident Evil? The Resident Evil from like the early 2000s, or the Resident Evil from Netflix, or the Resident Evil Welcome to Raccoon City? At least that one had a name, Welcome to Raccoon City. This one's just Resident Evil, the 2026 Zack Cregger. Like, it's very bland. It could have been like Resident Evil Outbreak, because it's just a random civilian we're going through, which, is he random? We don't know. He could be someone really important. That's why he's bringing the package. But yeah, this video is almost over. I'll stop talking.
So yeah, this exists on like day 1, Raccoon City. Shit just went south. I was very, very fortunate to have a studio and a production company that really supported me and never got in the way of, well, you know, we got to make sure we're doing X, Y, or Z. Like I was given nothing but support. And so I know there's all kinds of horror stories you hear about filmmakers dabbling with IP and running into all sorts of frustrations, but I truly didn't have that.
I'm in like a seriously messed up situation right now.
Yeah, this was a hunter. That sounded like a hunter straight up from Resident Evil 1, but I could be wrong. But yeah, that's pretty much the IGN Zack Cregger interview he had with it. I just wanted to let you guys see it, what I think about it. I'm still skeptical about it. It doesn't look bad per se. It really doesn't. It just doesn't feel like Resident Evil to me. I don't know. I could be wrong, and when I watch the movie and myself and be like, oh, this is probably the best Resident Evil movie has ever been. I doubt it, but we will see when that actually comes out because I am intrigued. I am very intrigued to see what he does with this. But if Zack Cregger is, I think, pretty good just generally doing these kind of movies that are more like slower and more intense in that way, slower pace, more horror. But the thing is, like Pogamy here, Pegasus, said with weapons, he didn't like it because it wasn't scary. It was just weird and awkward. But yeah, some people have different opinions. That's fine. That is fine. So we will see what happens with that. With Resident Evil. Okay, let's get into how long do I have? Let me see here. Oh, damn. We're going pretty long. Let's get into quickly. Oh, I forgot to say. I totally forgot. Before we leave Resident Evil, there's one more thing here. Oh, I almost forgot about this one. This was interesting. So, you guys know me. I talked about, Resident Evil. They make the fan movie, Resident Evil movies. And, they had the one, Biohazard, what was it? Diary, something story. Dude, A Keeper's Diary. That's it. Keeper's Diary story. And then we got the one with Resurrection. But now we have another one that they are in the making of. It just dropped. It's called Original Sin, Prelude to Biohazard. So that's what it's called. Biohazard Declassified Row Network reported on this. And this is their next installment now they're doing. So it's a fan film. And I am more interested in this one than I was the last one I watched. So it's a cinematic fan prequel celebrating the 30th anniversary of survival horror. In celebration of the 30th years of survival horror masterpiece, the Row Network is thrilled to announce Original Sin Prelude to Biohazard, a non-profit, non-commercial feature-length film produced by fans for fans. So here we go. We got we had indie games of the week. We got an indie movie of the week here, guys, in production. So here we go. Helmed by Brandon Salisbury, George Romero's Resident Evil upcoming Faith, the Unholy Trinity adaptation winner, Chainsaw Award. There's a lot here going on. Original Sin bridges the gap between the infamous Arcalay Mountain murders and the fateful night when Stars enters the Spencer Mansion. Very cool. I am very intrigued already. I like that they're just doing a story before the first game, where the incidents, the reportings of people getting bit and turning, and it's just small amount of people in the city. It's just appearing here and there. If you read the books had a very interesting factual lore that they wanted to put in there. It's not canon per se, but a lot of things that have been taken over the years in entertainment of Resident Evil have been taken from the books. So this would be an interesting concept to look at, is how everything was starting to appear, where all these mysterious situations of people getting bit or turning or here and there, it's starting to happen, and it's like a mystery story. That would be very cool. Developed in collaboration with Residents of Evil, the production follows in the footsteps of successful fan-driven projects such as The Keeper's Diary and Resurrection, both of which demonstrated the strength of the franchise's global community and its appeal for new stories rooted in this classic era. As with prior productions, the project will be co-founded by the community and Indiegogo, as distributed for free of our YouTube. It'll be free on our YouTube channel. Very cool. Every nightmare has a beginning. Brutal murders and mysterious monster sightings plague the mountains on the outskirts of Raccoon City. Victims are found mutilated, their deaths dismissed as animal attacks despite mounting inconsistencies. But for Chris Redfield, the nightmare truly begins when an old friend calls in the middle of the night begging for help, along with fellow STARS member Jill Valentine. Chris is drawn into a conspiracy of missing researchers, bizarre murder cases, and unexpected monsters that points to the Alkali Mountains as night falls. The situation spirals into a fight for survival against the dead, echoing the slow building dread that defined the original game. Very cool. I like this. I think this is going to be a good one. This is definitely going to be a good one. Like, Resurrection's cool and all because you got all the OG cinematic, the cutscene, you know, the FOV. Is it FOV? Or I don't know. The video game cutscene thing back in the 90s. It was cool seeing them back, but this is what we want. This is what, like, Resident Evil fans want. Adapted from the 1997 Capcom Biohazard, the beginning of Hiroki Aragi Original Sin Prelude is Biohazard prioritized atmosphere, character, and practical effects. So yeah, very interesting. Can't wait to see more about this one. So let you guys know about that. So more Resident Evil there for you all. There you go. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. And I like what they're doing with that. So, okay. We got more here. Real quick update. If you guys are into Final Fantasy VII, the remake part 3 is on its way and should be actually probably soon revealed. We will see. So this one by Pirate Nation. Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 3 director Nakiyu Hamaguchi has provided new info into the final entry of the trilogy in a recent interview. He revealed that the team's guiding philosophy for the entire remake project has been in progressively expanded the gameplay scale with each game. So it's going to be more intense, pretty much. More crazy, more bigger, more graphically intensive. You already know. Across the entire remake project, the guiding philosophy was been to progressively expand the scale of gameplay experience with each entry rather than repeat the same experience. On part 3 specifically, we're not thinking about simply wrapping up everything we're built until this point. Rather, we've focused on how the full scale of the series will be aiming for could ultimately be realized as a complete experience. Okay. So very bold for that aspect of that. Interesting. He also teased fans, I think you could also look forward to a high wind, which I know many people are curious about. Laughter. Of course. Developer is proceeding on time and on schedule. And Hamaguchi is confident it will be a title we can deliver with confidence as the culmination of the trilogy. I hope so. I hope so. They land the mark with this one. I'll keep my eyes peeled for this because even I know people are split on the Final Fantasy VII remakes. Some people love them. Some people hate them. Or you're in between. You're in the middle. I'm kind of in the middle. You know, I like them. I don't hate them like most. But there are things I really would nitpick that actually do bother me a lot in this game. In this series. But in general, it's still pretty good. It's okay. I'll take it. I'll take it. But yeah, so the anniversary for Final Fantasy VII, I think 30th anniversary will be next year. So this game will be coming next year. Straight up. They will finish this whole series with part 3, and then it'll just end like that. It should be the last one. Because they got to wrap this up. They got to wrap this up now. So yeah. That's pretty much it for Final Fantasy VII Part 3. Just a little info about that. Okay, let's talk about this PlayStation thing, guys. This DRM thing. I seen people talking about this on everywhere, every social media. There's videos about it. Everyone's talking about this DRM problem with PlayStation. So the original thing was that PlayStation support, this is by Pirate Nation as well, PlayStation support has confirmed the new digital rights management policy for the console is interoriginal, not a glitch. Before, people were saying it was a glitch, but then more people realized it wasn't. Starting with any digital games purchased after the March 2026 system update, your PS5 will require an internet connection at least once every 30 days to validate the license. And this pissed off a lot of people online. Now, the PlayStation shills, they just eat up anything PlayStation says. They're like, this is great. And there's a lot of reasons why I think this is happening, but let's continue. If the console stays offline longer than that, the game simply will not launch until you reconnect. So I think this is only for digital, not physical. I could be wrong. It could be also physical, but I think it's digital only. This changes does not affect any titles already in your library. Setting a console as your primary system also will not bypass the monthly check-in. So this pissed off the internet. Everyone's pissed about this. It was going around. Sony did not say anything for at least 5 days on this because there was so much backlash about this. People are making fun of where, playing has limits. You have only 30 days to play and then it's gone kind of deal. People are like saying this and that. They're doing the Xbox treatment they did during Xbox One where, what's his name? Don Matrick, if I'm correct. Don something said that one clip where he's like, so if people want to upgrade to Xbox 360 to Xbox One, you're going to have to stick with the Xbox 360 because Xbox One is just going to be online all the time. And I remember Jeff Keighley asking, so if you don't have an online connection, you can play Xbox One. He's like, nope, you can't play it because DRM, it's full. So people in the submarine or in the Navy or in the military or a third country that doesn't have internet cannot enjoy the game. They're like, nope, you just have to buy 360. You can't play any newer games. And that pissed off everyone. And that might have been actually the downfall of Xbox. It started there. It was getting worse and worse, but that's where people realized how disgusting these business practices are and how they're against the gamer in some way or even the consumer, because literally the quote where you won't own anything and you will be happy is actually happening. So this was a big deal, and gamers pushed back. PlayStation fans were kind of just, it's fine. It's because it's against piracy. It's against jailbroken consoles. It's just this. It's just that. Soon it will be your face will be scanned so you can get online. Soon your fingerprint will be scanned. It's just this. It's just that. It's always just. Okay. Let's be reasonable. Let's think about this. Why is this even needed in the first place? I know PlayStation always gets hacked all the time. It really does. Every time I have to switch my password information. I have to switch this and that. Come on. PlayStation, they have the worst security I've seen from almost all of them. all the big hits, big console production companies, all the big hitters, they've getting hacked so many times I can't even count. So the thing is, if it's not a big deal, then why even make this? If it's not a big deal, why is it even a thing? Why is there a DRM attached to it? Like, that's the question. Why have so much effort into it? If it's only for jailbreaking and piracy, which we've seen before, people have broken through things before like that. People are going to do what people will do on the internet. It's a given. You can't change people's minds with this. So people will pirate if they want to pirate. So yeah, so that wasn't good. But there's more to this because a lot of people have been. So we got a confirmation now from Sony himself. Okay. 5 days have passed, and they have confirmed. Now, Sony has clarified that digital PlayStation games only need a one-time online check to confirm ownership after purchase. Okay. One-time check. Still questionable. Why do we need one-time checks when you already purchased the game? But okay. No ongoing or requiring verifications are required. Players can continue to access and play their purchased games as usual. A one-time online check is required to confirm the game's license, after which no further checks are required. For now, question mark. They didn't put that in. For now. Very interesting. And I do still question the results of this because it doesn't matter. This is what they put out. And it's like, oh, see, it wasn't that bad. Everyone was just complaining just to complain. I think it's bigger than that. I think they had something behind their sleeves and they had to put this out real quick. It doesn't mean you're still safe if you have your PlayStation and you still get digital games. It doesn't mean you're still safe because this could be implemented even more down the line. But I'm just saying this is a thing that I've seen and yeah, a lot of pushback was for this. Some people I saw were saying cancel PlayStation Plus. Some people were they're not for this. People are against this. And it is a dumb move. Like, if I don't have internet for a little bit and I want to play a game, can I just play my game? I have to be constantly online, like, you know? And some people are fortunate. They don't have the luxuries like some other people have in other countries. They don't have the internet speeds. They don't have this. It's like just fuck them, pretty much. Just fuck over your customers. Like, I don't know about that, guys. I don't know. I don't know. It's a big but, and it's a big question mark for now kind of deal for me, you know? But we will see with that one, too. There's other people here still talking about it. Let me see here real quick. Let's see. We have a lot here, too. Here we go. See a lot of people reposting it. Wario64 also posted it. And Smash JT, Sony has provided a statement regarding license for digital games. The reasoning is still atrocious for preservation and highly questionable when it comes to legalities. Oh, I can't speak. Sorry, guys. Of purchasing a product. With each passing day, your freedoms are more and more eroded thanks to technology. He's not wrong about that. I think there's more. Let me check it real quick. So yeah, preservation for this is going to be bad for sure. Here's another one by Alex. An online check should not be required. Period. Agree. Do not pass this off as a nothing burger. When you are being treated like a criminal in order to use a product you spent your money on. I couldn't be wrong. I couldn't say anything wrong with that. That's true. Think about it. Why do you need one check? Because yeah, like why do you even need the one check? And I'm telling you, it has to do something with piracy or jailbreaking consoles. It has to be. There's no other reason. Or like I said, they actually are trying to do something. It has to be that. There's no other way. I can't think of any other reason. Or for data. Could be something with data. I don't know. These companies always need data. All the time. Data this, data that. They always need data. But I don't know. I don't trust Sony with data because they've been hacked so many times that it's like, bruh, I don't know about you guys. I don't know about this right now with all this data everywhere getting tossed around, you know? Here's another one. IGN. PlayStation DRM checks are temporary measures to limit refund scams. Fans say. I mean, and then Kyle says, fans say, is IGN struggling so hard they have to run damage control for bought game access being revoked? Or is it just he/him writing these? The AI can't do better than this? IGN, be replaced. Yo, that's pretty rough. That's pretty rough. That's rough. What do you mean? What do you mean fans say? Sony said this, right? Sony with their own things said this. They confirmed it, didn't they? What do you mean fans say? They already messed up there. And then I think this is the last one. Fake Wizard. Sony has confirmed that they have secretly embedded a kill switch in your console and thought they wouldn't have to tell you about it. Reject Sony, cancel PlayStation. Or cancel PlayStation Plus. Don't cancel PlayStation. Well, if you want to, you can, but it's up to you guys. You know, I really don't care. Whatever you... yeah, I understand that, yeah. Yeah, pirating PS games, so I don't understand their crying. Yeah, it's like... PlayStation... Like, if you're pirating PlayStation games, it's kind of funny. Who's even doing that? Like, it's a very low percentage of people actually doing that. Because if you want to pirate your PlayStation, you still have to jailbreak it, don't you? Like, how many PlayStations are jailbroken and are also pirated? Like, it's very small amount. It's usually on PC you would see stuff like that. That's why they have Denuvo, Enigma attached to these that help you, in quotations, help you against piracy. What it actually does, it doesn't really help it. It just makes it worse, and it optimizes your game and your performance to be like shit when you play your games. So Denuvo and Enigma is kind of like pretty much a scam, I would say. And a lot of companies go into it. They're like, oh, it's going to work. And they found out a lot of people boot up their game. You bought the game, a brand new game, and it runs like shit. And then people were like, well, there's Denuvo in it. No question. When someone pirates a game on PC, how come the pirater is getting better performance on their game than someone that bought the game? It's because they attached Enigma and Denuvo to it. So, again, pick your poison. That's all I have to say for that one. But it is pretty stupid. You're right. You're right. It is stupid. All right, guys. Just a real quick one here again. We're almost to the last topic with Steam. Steam is going to be cooking hard, cooking all of these companies. The gaming industry will be felt from what Steam is doing. But first, Xbox. Here we go, guys. Xbox has dropped their new 25th anniversary logo that brings back peak early 2000s glass. Here we go, guys. What do you guys think about this? I don't know about this. It's a fusion of like Xbox OG because of the black and the green. Oh, it takes me back, dude. Takes me back to OG Xbox. And then the 360 kind of, prompt on your 360 controller. Oh, I don't know. But it's a glass, so I don't know about this for the 25th anniversary. I don't know. Xbox, with the new CEO and everything, they're trying to change. I've seen their stock going down a lot. They're not doing so hot, but they're trying to change and trying to bring back the gamers. They're trying. I'm giving them hope for that at least, that they are at least trying to do something. Will it work in that? Who knows? But right now at this moment, they are trying. They decreased Xbox Game Pass. They are listening to fans now, gamers out there. How can we change Xbox? How can we make it better? I could list a couple of things. If I was CEO at Xbox, I would list a couple of things what we would have to eliminate right now, take care of. We don't need this. This is just bloat. And things that actually are needed to be put in to make it a better experience. So people can come back to Xbox. But Xbox at the moment is fragile. It's a broken company at the moment. But yeah, I don't know about this, but yeah. Yeah, plus you can't play online with pirated games. Yes, you can't. That is very true. You can't play any pirated games with that. Yes, because online, you have to. This is funny. It's funny because that is a thing. If you go online, you're already fucked up. If you have anything that's already jailbroken or pirated, because that already destroys the whole argument. So that's already a fuck up right there. So exactly. Why does the consumer, the gamer themselves get punished for someone in like another country and is just testing and doing things different, get punished for this check, kind of deal. You're right about this. It's so dumb. It's dumb. Old Xbox W? Yes, I agree. Old Xbox W. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. So, is Xbox back? It's too early to say. Very early to say. Very, very early. But this is going in the right step. Xbox is doing it. What's her name? Asha Sharma, the Indian CEO woman, and Matt Booty teaming up with her. They're doing things that Phil Spencer and what's his name? Phil Spencer and what's the black chick's name? I forgot what her name is doing. Are we back? Are we about to get good video games again? And then Dwayne Johnson looking up. Wait, so Game Pass price gets lowered. They do the Discord collab, and now they are bringing back the OG color. Xbox is cooking. Yeah. Yep. Oh my God, this again. He ain't do nothing but step back. So dumb. It's so dumb. He just stepped back for them. But yeah, Xbox might be coming back. Who knows? Sarah Bond, that's who it was. Sarah Bond. I couldn't think of the name, the black chick's name. All right. Here we go. Check this out. According to the latest data from SteamDB, at least 120 Steam users own libraries containing 20,000 games or more. Holy shit. 3 collections have surpassed 40,000 games. Leading the pack is Sonic's, where library stands at 43,085 games, valued at nearly $750,000 at today's full retail price. What the fuck, dude?
Holy shit.
What the fuck? Why are you buying so many games? You don't even have that much of a lifespan. You don't even have that much of a time, dude. Yo, he's like, I have plenty of time. I'm rich and I have plenty of time. I'm going to go through all of these games, review all these games, beat all these games. It's going to be insane. The only way you could play Halo 2 is with the Master Chief Collection. The Halo Master Chief Collection. That's the only one. And that's a really good, I think it's on sale for like $10. If I saw correctly, it could have changed. But that's really good for the deal on Steam. If you get the Halo Master Chief Collection, it's really good for that. It's just a large amount of space on your PC. But it's worth it. It's worth it if you get it, you know? Because you can play online and single player with those. So, but yeah, I agree. Halo 2 is one of the best shooters I've played. And it's not because I'm biased, because I played it a lot when I was younger. It's because it is still really good. Even if you play it today, it's still really good. It really is. It's not because I'm biased, because it's recency biased or any shooter games. It's just the first time you played Halo 2 and you remember that part with the Covenant ships going in and they're just attacking your ship. And you have this needle bomb. It's like a nuke. And Master Chief just flies into space, releases the nuke, and blows up a whole space station, the Covenant ship with it. And he's just flying, and he just drops down. And Jameson's like, what the hell? Like, the guy, was it the general says, what the hell was that? And then Jameson's like, he's like, well, must have been the chief. You just hear, boom. He lands on the ship. And it's like, dude, and he lets them in. And he's like, what took you so long? He's like, I had to take care of business. Like, or something like that. And I was like, bro, this is so peak right now. This was awesome. Master Chief. This is why Master Chief was so badass. Just because of that. Just that intro part was amazing. You already know. You already know. What was it? A ranking? Wait, you had it? My thing's all weird right now. I don't know what's going on. Oh, that's the different one. I don't know what's going on with my chat. I had it, and I wasn't happy about it. There is no ranking. Oh, really? There's no ranking? That sucks. I didn't know that. Damn, I didn't know that. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's still a good package, but I guess it's not like the best for online. Like it's not like the original, I guess. But I know what you mean. It's probably because whoever made it, 343 or Halo Studios or whoever did that bundle probably didn't think about it like as being that intense. I don't know. I don't know about that one, so. That's not good for the brain. Thanks for coming. Thanks coming, Ace. Okay, so we got one more topic to talk about. This is the big one, the Steam big one, a steamy one. Whoa, steamy one. Let's talk. Guys, we got the Steam controller. So Valve finally brought it out, plopped it down the table, and they're like, here's our big boy right here. Our pretty much our Duke. Remember the Duke, the Xbox, OG Xbox controller? We got the Duke for you. Excited to announce our Steam controller arrives on Steam May 4th on 10 a.m. PT. Learn more to wish list here. Let's click on it. It leads me to some sort of different thing. Let's see. So here's the Steam controller. Your games at your fingertips. Okay, so it's $99, guys, $100. For a controller, you know, a PlayStation 5 controller, what is it, like $70, $80? So it's like $20 more. Not a big deal. I think it's okay. This is passable for $100. I thought this is going to cost more than that, to be honest, because the trackpad and everything. I thought it's going to be more. So let's see what it has. Available to purchase May 4th. Magnetic thumbsticks. Full set of inputs to play your whole Steam library. 4x haptic motors for high definition rumble. 8.39 with battery. Watt battery. 35 plus hours of gameplay on a single charger. Wow. Steam controller, puck USB cable included. Enables plug and play, low latency, wireless connection, and easy magnetic charging. Very good. Very good indeed. Very good. The Duke is peak. Yo, that's a good comment right there. I agree. The Duke is great. The Duke is awesome. Yeah, I love the Duke. I have big hands. So with my big hands, I like to hold like big controllers. Like this is why I like the PS5, because it's big. Like stuff that is too small, I just can't use it. I love the Duke. I thought it was good. It wasn't like a it didn't feel cheap. It didn't feel cheap, and it felt big, you know? However, am I still here? OBS said I disconnected. Okay, I'm still here. Okay, I'm still here, I guess. I've heard you'll be selling replacement parts through Fix-It. I don't know. Maybe. Could be. Steam machine. Am I still here? Let me check real quick, guys. I don't know. My OBS said I disconnected, so let me check if I'm still here. Real quick. Refresh. Yeah, I'm still here. Oh, shit. Okay. Yeah, I'm still here. I'm still here. I'm still here. I am still here. Good. Okay. So we're back here. You can, you like, or whatever you like, PC, laptop, Steam Deck, Steam Machine, Steam Frame, and more. Yo, why is the thumbstick moving like that? Hey, yo. Why is it doing it like that? It's kind of freaky. That's kind of freaky, guys. I don't know.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
I don't know about that one, guys. It's kind of freaky. No? Kind of freaky. Those thumbsticks moving like that. You see the thumbstick moving? Look, over here. It's kind of freaky looking. Okay. Define features, Steam controller. There you go. You can plug it in. It's magnetic. Really awesome. Next generation magnetic thumbsticks. I'm guessing they're going to be so good. So this is like the Xbox Pro controller thing, right? So I'm guessing these are not going to have that much drift. Hopefully. Like a lot of these, I have drift on my PS5 controller, the DualSense. I have drift on already, so it's fucked. So this is why I might just grab this instead, the Steam controller. But high definition rumble, grip enable gyro, plus all the inputs you expect, control comfort, trackpad, motion control, grip buttons, Steam button, quick access menu. There you go. Customize your Steam input. Oh, sorry about that. The thumbsticks will have 0 drift. Yo, I wish. I hope so. I hope so. If that's actually the case, I will be getting 2 of these. There will be 2 of them. Because this will be a really good controller. Hopefully no drift. How long do you need? If you're really, really careful with this controller, if you're super careful with it, you know, and you don't drop it, you don't do anything, you don't bang it, no liquids on it, will it still drift if you're super careful with it? I don't know. This is why we're going to see. But 0 drift is already a buy for me. There you go. You just made me want to buy it. Steam controller plays well wherever Steam is. With anything running Steam, Steam Deck, all this Steam does nothing. Want to play Forza Horizon 6 with your Game Pass subscription? You have to buy the full game on Steam instead. This is the same issue the old Steam controller had years ago. Back then, fans created a free tool called Glossly that made it work anywhere on your PC. That tool is still on GitHub and could get a quick update. Valve could just release normal drivers and fix this for everyone, but they probably won't. They won't want to keep everything running through Steam. The community also solved this before, and it should happen again soon. So check Glossy, probably the fix could arrive soon. So that's what I'm saying. This controller seems like it's only Steam, and that is a little concerning because I have games on GOG I would like to try out, you know, or Xbox or Epic Game Store, any of those places that I use for other launchers. I would like to use that. So this could be an issue, but if there's a fix to it, then there's no problem. They don't have a sensor and a traditional thumbstick. Thumbsticks have. These sensors in old thumbsticks is what causes drift. They don't have the sensors that traditional thumbsticks have. Those sensors in old thumbsticks is what causes drift. Okay. Okay, I see. Okay. Oh, good to know. I didn't know that. I learned something new about that one. Huh. Okay. But yeah. Like the controller's fine. Like it's probably going to do really well. It's just like this is going to be a little like you have to go through it a little bit differently. They have magnets instead. Yep. I always thought like magnets in controllers always worried me because it's sometimes, or not just controls, anything with electronics with magnets worry me, but now I've seen magnets used more often and it doesn't worry me anymore. So they have magnets instead. Yep. But yeah, I just saw that. I was like, interesting. Yeah, so controller seems like it will be a buy. Not right now, but I will consider it for sure in the way. I will be checking that out for sure. That will be a buy for later. For sure. Okay. We're going to watch a video. This is going to be our last topic. We're going to watch this video. And it's about Steam. And Steam is finally dropping the hammer. This is the video we're going to be watching. This is by Legendary Drops. Shout out. And I thought this video would be interesting to react to and see, because this shows that Steam is cooking. It's going to be cooking hard, this upcoming thing, and it will be a competitor against all odds. This will be the norm moving forward for a lot of these game industries, what Steam is going to be doing here. So this is by Legendary Drops, and it's called Steam is Finally Dropping the Hammer. So we're going to check this out. I'm going to react to it. I don't think I watched the whole thing, but I did start a little bit of it. It sounded very interesting.
Steam is about to make a whole lot of people mad, and I'm going to tell you right now, it definitely is not the players. In an effort to make Steam a more transparent ecosystem, they are going to be taking recommended hardware.
Transparent. I like the sound of that. They're going to be transparent to the customers, to the gamers. What's up? I really like it.
Where out of the hands of developers and publishers, and instead, well, they're going to show us exactly what games are actually running on, what performance really looks like for these games based on our experience. No more lying, no more hiding, no more gaslighting. Everyone will be exposed. This is going to be such a massive change. This is going to be such a huge help to players. It is going to instantly impact what games players buy, when players buy these games, and it is going to piss off a lot of these publishers that have been selling us unfinished garbage for years. So, like most of them. But this entire thing is just another step. It's just another action that Valve has taken to be able to make their platform that much more transparent, which got me thinking, what are they up to? Because with what they're doing now and other things that have happened in the background, years of these guys working on their own hardware and their own games and their own platform, well, I think these guys are building towards something much bigger, something that I do not think a lot of people are ready for. Standardized level of quality in the games industry.
There you go. So they're going to be more transparent. Steam/Valve is going to be more transparent. They're going to have a new thing a new option. It's going to be mandatory for their own ecosystem that they're going to be using finally optimization to check out on your PC if it'll run the game or not. So you don't have to look at recommended or minimal specs and try to figure out. Sometimes those are not even the best ones for your PC. So now they will just, it's like a hardware check. They'll check your PC. They'll see what works, what doesn't. And they're going to see if this is passable, this is not passable, how much you can use it. Is it optimized? Is this game even optimized correctly for you to be using it? So everything that this is going to be making, this is the next step. So this will be the most transparent you're ever going to have of making a choice if you're going to be buying this game. Will it run or will it not run on my computer or any of the devices? Steam Deck, Steam Machine. This is going to change the game. Literally change the game. Like I said, it will change the game.
Expectations permanently. No more questions need to be asked. So today, we're going to be talking about that. We're going to talk about Steam's latest changes, how they're going to impact the games industry at a rate that, honestly, I don't think we've ever even seen before, how Valve is trying to standardize quality in the games industry, and how all of this has already happened. But before that, a word from today's sponsor, boot.dev, which I've been back on their website recently. And one of the things that I noticed when I've been checking it out is that we're going to
let his sponsor go because I'm using his content and we're trying to talk with his content. So what is going to do, we're going to let his sponsor go, and that's just how it's going to go because we're going to be fair here to other content creators out there. So there you go. We're going to let the sponsor go.
It's a lot more like practicing than actually studying. Like you're actually learning something on the job. You're not just sitting there watching these lessons just stack up passively. No, you're constantly doing something. You're coding, you're fixing code, you're always interacting with the platform in some kind of way, which makes you feel like you're actually making some kind of progress. And I think that's a big difference between them and anybody else. They structure this all like an RPG, XP, levels, quests, which sounds like a gimmick, but it's there to give you momentum. You always feel like you're making progress instead of just consuming content. And when you get stuck, which you eventually will, you have Boots, the AI tutor, that's not there just to hand you the answer and move on. It's nudging you in the right direction so that you can actually figure things out on your own, and don't forget it 5 minutes later. They also have added the training grounds, which is basically a area for you to be able to grind challenges until something clicks. Now, all of these lessons are free to read and watch. You can demo all their interactive features too. Paid just unlocks the full hands-on experience, the coding, AI help, and progress tracking. And the reason why I think this kind of stuff matters is because these are back-end skills that can actually translate into real job-level skills, the kind of things that can land you a role where you're making 6 figures a year, and oftentimes you're working remote. So if you're interested in checking this out, maybe you want to make your own game, go to boot.dev and use code legendary drops for 25%.
I think I already used boot.dev, not gonna lie though.
Your first entire year on an annual plan. The link, QR, and code are all on screen.
Something
and it's
boot.
in the description and the pinned comment. Thank you
Might
to
not be
boot.dev
this,
for sponsoring today's video. Valve is arguably the most powerful company in PC gaming, hell, in all of gaming. And instead of using that position to be able to push some of the worst habits in the industry, they have become more successful than their competition by largely doing the opposite. Steam is a monopoly by choice. Players choose it, developers choose it, not because they're forced to, not because they don't have any other options, but because it is the best platform. It has the biggest audience, the most useful tools with the kind of conveniences and consumer protections that we just don't see exist anywhere else. And that's why I think that Steam...
Very true, very true. The thing is, when you always ask someone, where do, like, a person that goes on, let's say, if you buy your first PC, the first thing you're going to be doing is, where can I play games on my PC? Everyone's first intuition, everyone says, hop on Steam, follow me on Steam, and get the games on Steam because they have so many good like deals for games, free games. There's a bunch of things. There's a community, there's discussions, there's content. Sometimes pretty sus, not gonna lie. There's some sus stuff in there too. But there's a lot of things you can do. It's an ecosystem. It has a lot to offer, and it feels like back in the day, I remember way back in the day when social media started development, and they started with the beginning phase of like MySpace and Facebook and all those. It kind of reminds me of that. Like, I know it's getting better, and it's like you have your own profile. You can customize the profile of this. There was more customization back then, but it's limited now. But still, you still had customization. And a lot of those places, these social media platforms, don't have that anymore. With Steam, you still have customization, and you have a lot to do. And it feels like almost like a kind of back in time kind of social, but also a gaming hub for everyone to talk. It's kind of like an interesting flair of all of those. So it kind of does remind me of old MySpace in a way. It really does. And I got tons and tons of games on there in my library that I'm still trying to be, still going through. And, you know, and it's great. It's great. You can never get enough of it. It's so good. And the customer service is pretty good. You know, you have the 2-hour mark. If it doesn't work for you or something's wrong, you get your money back, you know, right away. I never had problems with Steam, really. It was pretty viral. Like, you can do so much on Steam that it is the way to play games, I would say. And a lot of these other I guess consoles in some way, like they're trying to follow that now, what Steam is doing. So, but Steam is like the king of that, I would say. Even like Epic Games, they just started, Epic Games like 8 years ago, just started gifting games. Like Epic Games is not even competing against Steam or anyone else, you know? Steam is just on a whole nother level.
Steam means a lot more to people than just being a storefront. For a lot of players, it represents one of the last major platforms in gaming that still feels like it's being built by people who still actually love games, not just as products or quarterly revenue, but as a hobby that's worth protecting. The games, the people who make them, and the people who play them. And lately, it feels like Valve doesn't just want to be the better example anymore, they want to set a standard. When we look at what Valve has done over the past couple of years, I think that there is a really clear pattern here. They just keep finding places in the industry where they are benefiting from confusion or vagueness or flat out dishonesty, and then Steam is turning that into a rule. They're making a warning. They're putting in a disclosure, something that is there to protect their customers. Steam seems to always move in a much larger effort to keep Steam healthier, clearer, and a hell of a lot harder to exploit. Steam is basically the one that set the modern standard for refunds in PC gaming. You have 14 days and 2 hours played. I can't tell you guys how many times this has saved me. Maybe the game just didn't launch. Maybe the recommended specs were a fantasy and the game just runs like shit. Or maybe there was just no demo, so I just tried it and realized, yeah, you know what? This just isn't for me. Refunds are always fast, sometimes immediate in most cases. And even if you go past that 2-hour mark, there's been plenty of times that if you give them a legitimate reason, Steam will just at least hear you out. Compare that to console platforms or any other platform outside of maybe GOG, where refunds rarely even happen, and when they do, it feels like you're trying to plead your case to a brick wall. It's not even...
Yup. Very, very true. When you get something from other stores fronts, Nintendo, Xbox, PlayStation, it's going to be way harder to communicate with them, you're not going to get your money back. You're literally not going to. If it flops and it's not good and it doesn't work on your console, or if you thought it's going to be good, but then you thought, nah, you're going to have to. The only way is maybe if you had a physical copy, you can sell it back. But when you get a digital game, you just have it. I don't think you could even do anything with it after a while. And if you can, it's probably not as friendly as Steam is. I'm just saying. It's just a little bit, maybe you got to go through other hoops to get your money back for it, kind of deal. So, yeah, it's a bit harder in some situations. They make that for a reason to make it harder. So you don't have to pay it back kind of deal, I think. But Steam is really easy. I've done it once or twice before, and it was so easy. I got my money back so fast. It's not a problem.
Even comparable. And that same mentality shows up all over Steam. Valve bans crypto and NFTs. They require disclosures for generative AI, especially if that content is being generated during live gameplay. And they have an outright ban on in-game advertising, which I'm going to keep it straight with you guys. That might actually be the only real barrier that's in place to keep publishers from jamming ads directly into our games. Because, come on. We know that they want to. I was watching the Diablo 4 campfire chat for their latest expansion, and in the middle of it, Blizzard kept advertising a Diablo 4 themed Jackson guitar, Diablo 4 branded candy, Diablo 4 branded Fanta, and whatever else these guys could fit in. That's outside of the game. This is the version that these guys can get away with right now. They can't do that on their own platform. Because they most likely cannot magically get away with it on Steam. So, they just don't do it because it's just too damn obvious. Steam's rule is keeping these guys in line right now. And in 2024, Valve went after another thing that players have been burned by for years now. Promised content, DLC, expansion, season passes, all of the stuff that publishers absolutely love to sell to us before it actually exists. Well, Steam now requires those developers to describe that content, provide a release window, and stick to it. And if they can't deliver, then they have to communicate with Valve or issue refunds. And if they don't, then Steam's going to step in and they're going to handle it themselves. This said, a massive precedent. Publishers got way too comfortable taking our money up front, dangling future content in front of players, and then quietly dropping support for that game once it underperformed, or the roadmap just became a little bit too inconvenient for everything else that they were doing. Steam basically said, no, if you're going to sell a promise on this platform, that is a promise that has to mean something. That is a promise you have to keep. But apparently, that's not the only promise that Steam wants publishers to keep. One of the biggest issues that players face today, if not the biggest issue that we face today, is performance. It doesn't matter what publisher, what game, what price.
The performance, the optimization. Oh my gosh, it's clipping through him. The plane. Yikes. The optimization, the performance is the number one factor that you could today that every gamer has problems with. Is just how these games are created to perform on the device, and they're sold like that. And it's like, oh, we'll just patch it up later. No, I want to patch up now. I just bought it full price. it should be working from the start, but now people are just used to everything's just broken from the start, and you get it. It's like, bro, that's not how it goes, kind of deal. Like, that's not how it should be. It should be all working from the start, and then later, you can fix some things, but it should be just working. Why is it not working? Why do I have this problem? Now I just want I want a refund because it doesn't work.
Hardware you're using, you're eventually going to be running into this. And at this point, I think players are just kind of trained to expect the lie. A publisher is going to tell us that this game is optimized for a 3060 and above, and then we're going to immediately find out that it can barely even hold together on a 4080. And this is not just a PC problem. I realize I have some console viewers that are out there. These guys still tell you, oh, this game's going to run at 60, and it definitely doesn't. Performance issues have just become so common across the entire industry that even with high-profile releases, players are just bracing themselves for the excuses before the game's
Monster Hunter Wilds had this problem. I remember this. This was so bad. It was clipping through the mountain when it first came out. Oh my gosh.
Launch. When Starfield launched with massive performance complaints, Todd Howard told players that they need to upgrade their PC. When Borderlands 4 launched with some of the worst performance issues that we had seen in years, Randy Pitchford told players that they were trying to use hardware that was just too old for the game. He said that PC players must face the reality of the relationship between their hardware and the software that they run. Like, half these guys didn't build their own machines. And he compared it to driving a monster truck with a leaf blower's motor. Basically, it's not the game, it's us. Something that just completely denies all reality to our frustration. And as much as we are sick of it, well, it seems like Valve might be preparing to end that argument entirely. Back on April 4th of 2026, TechSpot reported on a new feature Valve is working on, a feature that could estimate game performance in FPS based on real user data. The article read, Valve appears to be preparing a new feature that could make one of PC gaming's biggest uncertainties, performance, more transparent. Newly uncovered code in the Steam client suggests that players may soon see estimated frame rate data for each game derived from real-world gameplay metrics shared by other users. The feature...
Interesting. Okay. Huh. So they're going to actually take your data for this, but it'll be actually a normal take where it's just taking stuff from your PC or specs and trying to make it so it works. And everything else so it's optimized correctly. And they'll tell you, Steam will tell you if this game's optimized performance-wise correctly for you or not. And if it's horrible for everyone, then it'll just expose that this game's already broken from the start. And that's what companies don't want. They want you to buy the broken game and play the broken game. And then they'll fix it later, kind of deal. And that's why this is going to have to make people that make these games and finish these games have to go through it with a fine line to actually sell you a product that actually works now, So this is why this is a positive thing, I think. But
represent a significant step towards bridging the gap between official system requirements and actual in-game performance. Even as studios release recommended hardware specs, the experience on diverse PC setups often differs sharply from expectations. Now, the timing really matters here because this is coming after Steam has already started to move in this direction. Back in February of 2026, Valve began allowing users to include their hardware specifications in their Steam reviews.
I've noticed that.
This doesn't feel like some random feature that people are stumbling onto. It actually feels like a step forward towards a much larger system where Steam can take hardware and performance data.
So now people are saying, oh, they give you a bad review for the game and they showed you the specs, and this is why it's a bad review because their performance was bad. Kind of deal. And then if they give it a good review and then it's like this, and they show you what the performance of your PC is for the review. So, they get a broad aspect of why it's bad and why it's good,
Paired across real users and then show players a much more honest picture of how these games actually run. And if that happens, oh boy, well, recommended specs are going to be a hell of a lot less useful for marketing fluff, I'll tell you that right now, because who cares what any of these publishers have to say if I can go on Steam and I can...
Minimal and recommended specs are not going to be needed anymore. Everything will just be transparent enough where, can you run it or can I, there's a launch, there's like a little app thing for that. can I run this game, kind of deal. And it shows you what you can run it or not run it, and what problems, what kind of drivers you need, what kind of parts you need and stuff like that. It'll tell you everything. It's like, yes, this is what the future should be. This is what it should be, to tell you what works, what doesn't.
See exactly how that is running for people with similar hardware to mine. This is such a massive shift. We actually have a platform that's out here collecting user data and using it for something that is actually useful or benefits the customer. Now, mind you, this is all optional. You don't have to opt into any of this if you don't want to. But they're not using your information to shove more ads in your face. They're not trying to sell your information to some third-party company so you get an inbox filled with junk mail or a bunch of scam calls from some guy pretending to be your bank. No, this is them using your data to be able to protect your purchases, hold publishers accountable, and make buying a game feel like a hell of a lot less of a gamble. Honestly, I'm kind of shocked that nothing like this has ever existed already. I mean, I guess I'm not all that shocked because these guys really do like to scam us, but man, this is just so obviously useful. Instead of getting gaslit by these vague specs and cherry-picked footage that we're constantly shown, players can now see at first glance how this game is performing for everybody else. You can see whether or not this game is going to be up to par for the hardware that you have before you even spend the money. And now for developers, I've talked to a few of them, these guys are cheering this on, especially indie developers.
Oh, yeah.
Because this doesn't
Indies
just help the
gonna
customers,
love
it can
this.
save these smaller teams a ridiculous amount of money. Not every single studio can afford to have a third-party QA going across a mountain of different hardware configurations. Not every team can fill an office with a bunch of test machines just to get a partial idea of how that game is going to perform. But if Steam can surface real-world performance data from actual players, well, that gives these developers a hell of a lot clearer of a picture, too. And for Valve, man, this is just smart. That's all I have to say. They don't publish their return numbers, but I would have to imagine that a massive amount of Steam refunds likely come from games just not performing the way that players probably expected. That game didn't run right. The specs were misleading.
That happened to me, too. I had to refund it because it did not work. So I got the refund because it was just broken. It was a broken game, so I refunded it. Of course, it was a new game at launch, and it was broken. So I refunded it. It was like, fuck it. Refund. Like, that's the only reason why. Because it said it was fine, but it wasn't fine. So, oh well. Kind of deal. So, yeah, it worked. It was good. It worked for that. Steam did its job.
Then spends an hour trying to fix it, and they finally just refund it. So a tool like this is going to help everyone. Players, because we're going to be able to make better buying decisions. Developers, because they're going to get performance feedback. And Steam, because they're going to reduce a pretty sizable chunk of their own refund queue by preventing all these bad purchases before they even happen. Man, I really hope that people understand just how massive of a change this is going to be. It is going to be a huge disruption to the games industry. It is going to instantaneously impact the way that these companies approach recommended hardware, how they approach performance and optimization. When you have something that is this transparent, that is likely going to be just plastered right on the store page, you don't have an option. You have to optimize that game. Otherwise, you're going to launch it with a scarlet letter before players even press buy. If I'm Xbox or PlayStation and I was thinking about going exclusive, I'm definitely thinking about doing it now, that's for sure.
Yeah, you cannot buy it now because if you see that, it's broken, it's a broken mess, no one's going to buy your game. It's just that. It's simple. It's great.
Or guesswork. You're going to know exactly what you're buying. And also, as a byproduct, we're going to know immediately who the real problem is. And with the long history that a lot of these companies have of pushing out games well before they were actually...
People won't buy Mind's Eye, a broken mess game, just because it's broken. It'll just say it's broken. It's a broken mess game. It has horrible problems. And it's probably bad for you to play because it's bad. That will be just there. So they can't mess up and say, oh, people are faking it. They're faking it online that it's broken. Nope, it's broken.
Finished, it's going to be these publishers. For years now, these guys have been trying to push prices higher and higher, always trying to standardize a level of pricing that they want to be able to make, always expecting more from us without ever wanting any expectations on themselves. And in that time, these guys have never standardized a level of quality. Not a single time.
Yep.
No more. No. Now, these games have to come out complete or they have to come out truthful.
Yep.
Which is it going to be? can't imagine they're going to like either
pretty
one.
much.
I can't tell you guys how ecstatic I am over this. This is one of the greatest changes that I have ever seen in the games industry in many, many years. And it's something that nobody can fight. It's just good for the players. It's good for the games. It's good for developers. It's good for the industry. It's healthy overall. The only people it's not healthy for are the people that are trying to scam people.
Yep.
That's it. Valve isn't standardizing the games industry by trying to ask these companies and these publishers to be better. No, instead, they're just making excuses impossible to sell. I love it. It's beautiful business. And while I really appreciate what Valve is doing and what they're trying to push towards right now, the real question is, what are they up to? If there's one thing that I pride myself on is that I don't take anything at face value. So when I see Valve making moves like this, I don't look at it as some random quality of life feature. I look at the pattern around it because Valve just keeps doing this. They keep finding these places where the industry is benefiting from confusion.
Hope to see you soon, man. I'll give you a... What do I give you? I'll give you a little... Oh, this is your favorite soundboard. Where is it? Over here. The scratch disc. That's your favorite. The sauce scratch disc. That's it. All right, man. I'll see you.
Vague promises or flat out excuses, and they're building systems around those things to protect us and make those excuses a lot harder to sell. It feels like Valve is trying to rebuild trust in the games industry, at least on their platform. We almost never see the games industry trying to standardize around anything in a positive direction. Instead, it's always been about pricing or mass producing games, subscription services, always normalizing things against us rather than for us because, well, they make a hell of a lot more money doing the...
I gotta go, actually. Time's going right. So I'll leave this here, guys, for you guys. I'll put the link of it for you guys in the description to check out the full video because I'm running out of time. I would like to continue, but I'm running out of time. So yeah, but the gist is Steam is cooking and it's doing... There you go, guys. You got the link right there. You could check out the video for yourself. But yeah, great job. Legendary drops for the video. Really good. But yeah, we're ending it here, guys. This is the last topic for today. Let's go here. Bada bing, bada boom. All right. All right, guys. Thank you, everyone, for coming, lurking, watching, everything, chatting. It was a great day today, guys. I appreciate all of you. Again, before you leave, like the stream. Like the stream and sub for more content on here like this. I'll leave timestamps for you guys after or later down the show ends. I will leave timestamps for you all to check out all the topics that I went through. So, yeah, have a good week, all. Have a good weekend, all. I'll see you guys in the next one. I'll let you guys know. I'll keep you posted when I stream, when new content drops or whatever. I'll let you guys know with all that. I appreciate all you guys again. And, yeah, that should be it for today. I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.
Are you not entertained?